Hello. Oh, poor connection. That's bad. Why does nothing ever work the same when I test it as it does in real life? I swear to God. Alright, let's see if this is even working. Hello, internet. I don't know if you can see me. I could. Um, I mean, it depends on how long it lasts, I guess. Uh, no, I can't. It has been decided. My ability to spin the beanie the entire time has failed, and I am just a failure, and there's nothing that can be done about it. Hey, Matus, how's it going? Epic fail. Unsubscribe. You know what? You're banned anyway, so what do I care? Hello, Nico. Hello. How do I see my stream? Does this button work? Wow, there's 10 people watching, but not many people chatting? I wonder if I'm like Buffer City. Am I Buffer City? How can there be 10 people watching? Oh man. Okay, yeah, no, that seems good. I'm watching this, not super buffery, right? You're chatting. I see you. When is the stream ending? I don't know. When it's done. Maybe never. I'll just stream forever. Well, actually, no. My stream can only last until my battery lasts, which is like, don't pressure me into chatting. I will pressure you into whatever I feel like. Sorry, I'm like looking at my laptop. Um, yeah, so I will pressure you into what I want. The delay on mobile streaming is lightning speed. Yes, that's true. I mean, realistically, I think at this point the problem with mobile streaming is actually I think the chat delay is longer than the stream delay. Okay, so this says bad connection, but if I look at the stream, it seems okay. Like maybe my bytes got lower, but I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. I have a hat. I also have new glasses. Look, I can see again. I don't know if you've noticed that for the past 2 weeks I haven't had glasses, but I haven't. Yeah, okay, I can be pixelated. I mean, I'm partially pixelated because I'm like outside, and there's also all kinds of like I don't know if you'll be able to see this. I'm gonna try this. Like this like light here is just like swarming with flies, and so they're like all over. 4 seconds from live because I'm using mobile live streaming. So the mobile live streaming stuff is that the filters are cool. That's true. I was playing with them earlier. I liked this one. You could just call me Chris Plays Waking Life. Which I actually really like this look. I want to get this for more things. Like I don't know how this works, but this is what I want. I just want to live my life like this. Every picture I take, this is what it should look like. I wonder if I'm like in the dark. I wonder if this just doesn't work, right? Like if I go out here in the dark. Oh, now it's not so dark. Like you can see the house behind me. Like it's super cool. Um, yeah, isn't that neat? I really like that. Hey, Flame Gremlin and MWB Arts. How's it going? Um, yeah, exactly. So I think that I could also go sepia tone and be all like I don't know fancy. I don't know if that's the right word. Okay, so the chat feels like I can just watch it on this and not look at the computer too. Um, so yeah, I've got Dawn 8 millimeter. See this one doesn't get me so much. I don't like that one. Hello, it's that kid. I can see your chat. I'm just like talking about my stuff. Oh, now I'm in a dream. Whoa. I don't really like that one so much. Glamour shot, cover girl, Vogue. And then I can go back to normal. Oh, bubbles. We've got to have bubbles, of course. And dance party, which I don't really like this one so much. This is like I don't know. Makes me kind of goofy. Hello, modern retro gaming. Yeah, so we're not doing any gaming tonight because I don't feel like it. I can make lots of excuses. Like my laptop doesn't really work well for this, and I haven't gotten a new one. But the reality is, like, my work laptop would be fine, but I don't really want to install OBS and all this stuff on it. And so, like, we're just back to that. Oh, there's one other one. Oh yeah, Haunt. This one makes me all inverted. So there's that. But yeah, I don't. My Switch is at home, so I can't even do that. But yeah, so I just wanted to like hang out and chat, and I wanted to try this out. So you guys are all like, "Whoa, the delay's so low." I was gonna grab it, Jose, but I just totally forgot. I mean, it is so portable. The reality is that my daughter's been playing it, who just moved in with her dad. So up until now, she's been doing most of the playing. It's an A and A. I mean, I'll answer it. If you ask questions, I will give you answers to the best of my ability. but yes, a Q&A or whatever. I've been following the political news, which is actually really hard right now because there's so much of it. It's like flying by, and so I'm like totally like I guess the most recent thing is that on CNN they're reporting that Russian spies were talking about how much power they had over Flynn, which is kind of like a big deal. And so like I have been trying to keep up with that and everything else like that. So I will not be playing a video game tonight. I might hop onto Discord later and do some live stream alerts hacking. But I don't plan to stream it. I just don't want to mess with my laptop and streaming. I get so frustrated when it doesn't work. So that's why I'm doing this. And my phone just works, and I can stream, and I can like wander, spin in circles, and I can do all this kind of stuff, and use my dojo selfie stick. I guess I could even go like farther away. Oh man. So if a woodchuck could chuck wood, a woodchuck would chuck a significant amount of wood. So yeah, we could go out here and be all whatever. It's harder to read this. Yeah, so the ransomware thing was last week, right? So last week, basically some hackers took an exploit that the NSA had been ferreting away that was released in a bunch of stuff, and turned it into ransomware that was charging people like $300 in bitcoins in order to unlock their stuff. Initially, actually, one of the interesting things I learned about this is that in researching it, one of the researchers actually purchased the command and control domain that the thing used to chuck whether it should run. So it basically would look up an invalid domain in order to figure out, like, am I in a sandbox? And if it was in a sandbox, it wouldn't run. So once that domain was no longer valid, the ransomware attack actually stopped on Friday because of that. And then, like, over the weekend, someone new came in and, like, removed that domain check. So that the ransomware would continue to spread. So totally they've made like $75,000 in these Bitcoin accounts, which is not a ton, but also isn't terrible for, what it is. So there's that. Destiny 2, I haven't been paying a lot of attention to it. I mean, it doesn't really surprise me it's coming to Battle.net, right? Like, Activision Blizzard is one company, so this isn't really super surprising. But I don't know. It's a little bit surprising, I guess. But that seems like a good thing. I don't know. I'm really not that deep into that, so Destiny is just not my scene at all. So, delete System 32. I mean, I'm on an Android phone, so I'm pretty sure deleting System 32 is not gonna work. I got my new drone. Oh my gosh, my drone has so many cool things it can do. So I was playing with my drone earlier today, and why would I? Oh yeah, download right. And I was playing. It has like a follow me mode, so you like stand there and you're like, okay, this is the thing I want to follow, and it's like, okay, this is that object, and it like draws a little box around me, and then I walk around. And it just like follows me. Like I could just like walk through the park and it just follows me in camera. So I've got a video of this. I didn't get it like processed because it's 4K and I didn't get time to do it and everything else like that. But yeah, so I could make it follow my hat. I think the hat is probably too small because it has to be above like 10 feet before it will do the follow me stuff. But it will follow those things around. Oh yeah, so I was mentioning my glasses. So these are brand new glasses. Hello, where's the camera? There's the camera. Brand new glasses. For the past few weeks I have not had glasses, and so this is a brand new pair that I just got today. So the reason I have new glasses is because I lost my glasses. They're not actually frameless, it's hard to tell, but they are actually just silver frames. They're thin frames. I've always had pretty thin frame glasses. But yeah. So the drone I have is the DJI Mavic Pro. And the DJI Mavic Pro is delicious. Actually, give me 1 second. I'm gonna grab it. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Like, I can't bring my streaming device with me. Alright. I'm streaming from outside because it's, like, super nice. Also because the cell phone reception in the house is pretty shitty. And also because I didn't want to bother other people too much. So, hello, Brad Pritchard. I am in Nashua. So I am up with my father-in-law at my father-in-law's house. And that is where I take care of. We help take care of him once a month. And so yeah, so here is my drone, the DJI Mavic Pro. Just give me 1 second. So I was really surprised by how small this is. I spoiled it. How did I spoil it? Oh, you heard the hello before you saw it. See, this is what I said. The chat is too slow. And so I'm gonna shorten up this selfie stick, right? So this is my drone, and like you can see, it is not big. It is really small. And so like, but the cool thing about this, right? So it fits in this little bag. So I have a man purse now that my drone fits in, and the remote's in there and everything else like that. But it unfolds. So if we take this, there we go. These fold out, and these flip over, and now I have a drone. So the wings and everything else like that fold out. Can it carry a nuclear bomb? Maybe a very small nuclear bomb. I'm not sure. So yeah, it's basically like the size of like a 1-quart Nalgene bottle or something like that. But it unpacks into this like drone that flies and everything else like that. It cannot carry a 5 megaton atom bomb. Hello, Gilzer Central. I mean, I don't know. How small is the smallest nuclear reaction that you can create? Like, I guess they're really like uranium is heavy, so they're probably not too small. But yeah, I don't know. That was like in the Foundation novels. They had invented like a fusion reactor that would fit in a necklace. So it had like a little fusion power source that would fit into a necklace. But that's like a fake book about a fake future, a long time from now. So that's maybe not evidence of what the reality is. How do I make the chat come back? There we go. Yeah. So if you like, I think it is like 1.1 kilograms without the or with the I'm not sure. So this is the battery. So the battery is about half the weight. And the battery, I don't think there's like a weight on here or anything like that. Anyway, like about a kilogram. So it's a kind of the standard size for a 350 millimeter drone. So that's the way that you measure drone sizes is kind of the wing, rotor to rotor distance is a common way of measuring that. And so this is the same as the Phantom 1, Phantom 2, Phantom 3. The cool thing about this is that like all of the stuff, because these arms have like no motors or anything else like that in them, all of the stuff is kind of in the center of the body here. So it actually has a fan to keep this cool. And so the two sensors here on the bottom are ultrasonic sensors, so it uses those for distance sensing, and you can't see them, but like this little hole here is actually an optical ground sensor, so it uses it like a giant laser mouse, so that when it's like hovering, it will actually stay positioned using the visual sensors. It's also got two visual sensors in the front, so it won't actually fly into walls, so if you like fly it at a wall at a low speed, like if I was to fly it here, it would just stop and not fly. It could absolutely carry a bag of Cheetos, Gidget Gaming. And then inside, it's also got a camera with a gimbal. And so like this is what like kind of stabilizes the camera. So as it's flying, like even if it's shaking like this, it will take perfectly straight videos. So if you look at my CR Schmidt channel, you can actually see some of the 4K footage that I've shot using it so far. And I'll have more up later this weekend. But yes, I am super impressed with my drone. It is very nice. The camera on it is super great, and even compared to what I was expecting, it is both smaller, more compact, and the camera footage and stillness is way better than I expected, even though I've been flying drones for years. So yeah, it shoots 4K. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. And then it has like a follow me mode. So like, as I was saying earlier, like I just set it up on the basketball courts in the park across the street, and I just was like jogging around the courts, and it would like follow me around. I should add a stabilizer myself. I've actually been looking at that. So there's actually, like Smooth is an Indiegogo that is currently working on releasing their content, and they are doing that. So how fast are the motors? It is the motors spin at about I don't know these specifically, and this may not be the same for everything else like that. But it is a drone. Like generally, drone motors spin in the like somewhere between 5,000 and 15,000 RPM space. So it depends a lot on like whether you're flying up, whether you're just hovering. Like when they're just hovering, they don't have to fly as far or anything else like that. And so yeah. And then of course another nice thing about the drone is actually the remote, which is this, actually has like a fold out thing that like is a mount for the phone. So you just like slap your phone into there, and then it hooks up, and you get a full video feed, and you have more options. And so that's how you turn on follow me mode. You tap follow me, you tap on the thing you want to follow, which is like me, and then it will like say, is this what you want? You click OK, and then it will follow that object around. I hate fidget spinners. They're terrible. Yeah, I don't understand how fidget spinners went from like a thing I'd never heard of to a thing everybody was spamming on YouTube and a thing everyone was playing with and everything else like that overnight. Like, I did not understand how that happened. So return to me mode, or return to home mode, I don't think it will land in your hand, because it will realize there's an obstruction in the way and it's not at ground level, and so it won't do that. If you turn off the ground obstruction detection, I think that would work fine. But in general, like, just letting it land on the ground is better. Like, because this has an auto land mode, then it's like, it's a good thing. Yeah. I'm not too far from, well, that didn't come from this airport. Never mind. I'm not too far from like a local, like small airport, but that's not here. Hello, Fernando. Um, it cannot chop off the heads of small children. I think that in most cases, if you were to get hit with one of these drones, like I've gotten nicked by one of my drones intentionally, and this one like even more so because the rotors are actually folded. No, I'm in New Hampshire at my father-in-law's house. So these actually like fold out, right? So that it can fold in and be small. And so like if you hit this, even if it was spinning fast, I expect that it would just like act as resistance and it would flip back in. So I really don't think that it would do much damage to you, or any small children. But if you were flying something that had fixed rotors that didn't fold in, I think that you would get like it's Band-Aid level, not Stitches level for the most part. Oh, did I am buffering now. Oh no! Don't buffer. Hello, hello, hello. I'm gonna see if I'm back. Okay, cool. I'm like, oh no, I'm buffering. I mean, it's all like low quality. I'm just in a bad spot. I don't have any. So I won't say that this is true for every drone, right? So like this is my drone, and there's like other drones that are not going to have the same properties. So my thoughts on the fidget spinner is generally that I'm just upset about the media constantly like being obsessed with them. So yeah, the one that I had, the TBS Discovery Pro, which is the one that I sank in the river, I think that one is one that would be much worse. That one had carbon fiber props that spun at 15,000 RPM, and I think that would be a real pain and probably Stitches level. And I've seen people who have gotten Stitches after getting hit by drones, but usually they're from higher end drones. So, what is my favorite thing to do outside of YouTube and technology? Hiking. I don't do enough of it, but I would totally love to do more hiking. Hiking or camping. I've done mountain biking in the past, but I that's not so much. Oh yeah, you guys can see my shirt. So I have a Mario style Banksy. So it's like Mario throwing a fire flower in the style of Banksy. So yeah, I think that's what I would love to do more of. Live stream camping if I find some bears. Yeah, that seems like about the kind of thing that I would do, doesn't it? Stop saying poor connection. My connection's not poor, damn it. I want a better signal than poor connection. Like, are you dropping frames? Are you not doing anything? What are you telling me, phone? What do you want? I don't seem like an outdoor person, so part of this is like I grew up camping every So I grew up camping for 2 weeks out of every summer. I was an Eagle Scout. I was an Eagle Scout. I was big into camping with my family. Like I would be camping probably 4 weeks ish total out of the year if you counted up all the days for most of the years of my life. So um, there's Wi-Fi. The problem is the Wi-Fi in this house, basically because it's like an older house, just doesn't work very well. So it doesn't actually reach out to the porch very well. Um, so I have done. So yeah, so I've done Philmont, I've done backpacking in the Grand Tetons, I've been up to the glacier in Glacier National Park. I understand that I don't look like an outdoors person, but I'm a pretty big like I have been instilled from a young age that outdoors is an important place to be. I need a haircut. Oh man, look at that hair! It's a disaster. This is why I wear the hat. I have never played Ultimate Frisbee in any meaningful way. I've probably like thrown a frisbee in Ultimate Frisbee like once or twice, and that is it. Like completely not my thing. But yeah, I have. I've just done a whole bunch of stuff. Well, we all knew I was bald. Hacky sack, terrible at it. Can't do it to save my life. I can get like maybe like three little kicks, and then it goes like way off into the it's baldness with a hair spot. That is more realistic, yeah. And also it hides my hair. That's exactly right. Uh, it's probably because I have my PC hardwired. My PC is actually not hardwired when it's in my office. When I'm in my office with the couch behind me, my PC isn't hardwired. Um, but I don't have my PC in this space because my PC is about an hour from here. So, yeah. You can't do any sport that call. I've never even heard of bolo golf, so that's not a thing for me. Um, so yeah, I'm super excited about my drone. The Fly More pack that came with the man purse, super excited about that. I think it's a super cool thing. This is the first drone I've bought, and I've bought a bunch of different drones. That like I feel like um, instead of being an RC toy, it's a photography toy. The whole thing is designed to prevent you from being an idiot. It will prevent you from flying into things. It will, by default, only fly in a beginner mode that won't let you go more than 25 feet. It has a slow mode, so you can do slow pans. Like, it is clearly intended to be something that is like that. I will fly my drone not right now. So there's two things that I want to do, and they both unfortunately require my phone, so I can't do them at the same time. One thing I want to do is do a live stream where you can see me actually flying my drone. The other thing that I want to do is actually live stream from the drone because the drone software. Oh, good. Yeah, 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 yeah. If you're going to bed, have a good night, Flame. Bye. I hope I'll be around on Sunday. I don't know exactly what my timeline is, but yeah. So for the next few days, there's actually a St. Jude's charity event that's been ongoing for a while, and I didn't know about it. So all of the I'm gonna be trying to encourage people to give money to charity. I've never heard of that. So yeah, Gilzor. So I want to live stream directly from the drone. I will probably do that. I don't know. So if you have not if you check out like so I have check out my Twitter. My Twitter username is the same as the other YouTube channel I have, and that's where most of my drone stuff is gonna go. So definitely keep an eye out for my other channel because that's where a lot of the drone stuff is going to go. Subscribe there, notifications, whatever, because that's where I plan to do like drone related live streams. So, King Orc dead, yes. See, now I wish that YouTube had a way to like build overlays so that you could like do on the server side and configure overlays and be like, hey, put this page here, like just like I can in OBS, so that even when I'm streaming on my phone, I could still have the RPG thing in there. Like that would be good, right? That would be like different. It's no custom emoji. Yeah, no kidding. Anyway, but yeah, so follow up on Twitter or Discord or something else like that, and keep an eye out for my other channel. I'll try and send links around to people to let them know about my other channel. Um, so yeah, no drone flying right now, just because like holding a selfie stick and flying doesn't really fly. Fly, I get it. A broadcaster for mobile. I mean, I'm pretty happy with this. Like, this is actually pretty cool. I can even do bubbles, right? But I do wish that YouTube had more like notification options and other things like that. I'm gonna go back to sketch mode. Aha, nah. Look, you can see my teeth. Arrgh. Ah. Take my glasses off. Do you see my eyes better? I love this mode. See, I just want to make all of my video look like this all the time. Like this is my new favorite thing. I think I should just like I don't know. Sorry. I know you're all laughing at me for being silly. No caps. What? Fail? What? I'm so confused. Oh, got it. Sketch Chris. I like it. It's like I'm working on SNL, sketch comedy. Anyway, so later tonight, I might actually sit down and do some work on live stream alerts. One of the things I want to get done this weekend is to implement support for Stream Deck. So Stream Deck has these built-in options for Twitch to do like send a chat message, and you can't do that on YouTube. So I want to build support for custom actions and live stream alerts so that you can just click the button and it will send a message to all of your chats. I've wanted to do like chat messages for donations, like when you get a Streamlabs donation, so that live stream alerts would send a message in chat. And so I might, if I'm up to it, hop on Discord and hang out. I was gonna build a video playlist so that we could have that playing in the background too, but unfortunately I suck and did not get around to it. I was just so exhausted. Like, my drive up tonight was shitty, because like some car was pulled off on the side of the road, so of course the traffic backed up for like 45 minutes, and I hate driving at 15 miles per hour. I know. I'm upset too. I'll try and build one later in the weekend, maybe. Hello, Sonic Imas, bienvenidos. How do you stream on mobile? It does work on iPad. It will only work if you have more than 100 subs. Or you're in the 5% of people who get it even though you don't have 100 subs. It will work for everyone soon, but not today. Oh man, I'm sorry. I hope Sydney goes well. So does that mean you're not going to be streaming when I wake up? 100 subs now. Yeah, don't tell anybody I told you, but it's 100 subs now, and in 2 weeks it'll be 0 subs. Spin the hat. You won't be streaming for a week? What am I going to do? I'm going to get work done at work in the morning or something. It's going to be crazy. Oh, man. You can get 0 subs. You have more than 0 subs. I already forgot this conversation. I have no idea what you're talking about. Look, it's my car. You can see my car. There's my car. Hello, GTI. Alright, turn on the other light. Yeah! There's the other... This is where the dent of my car is. Jess kind of smushed the car. She was pulling out of someplace at some point. I left all Discords for a few... That's fine. I don't care. Oh yeah, so Sonic Imas. So this is just a Q&A stream, like nothing in particular. One of the things that I saw, like the number of connections between the Trump administration and Russia, and not even to say that Trump himself, or even people working for him, like realized they were doing anything wrong. But like all of the number of things that like have been coming out is crazy. Like this week has just been crazy. Like there's a website called like whatthefukjusthappenedtoday.com or something like that, and it was started around that because Trump moved so fast in his first like week. There were all these things that people were like, what the hell just happened today? And it was like crazy just how many things were happening. But then like yesterday I was reading it, there were like 14 things on the list, and it was like James Comey was like, Trump already planned to fire James Comey, or Trump did this and this and this and this. I love the one in the New York Times yesterday. Comey actually wore a blue suit and stood in front of the blue curtains with the intent of not being seen by Trump at a particular event. I mean, I'm not even saying, like, I have no opinion on, like, the legalities or anything else like that, but the number of connections that our current presidential administration has to Trump. So the most recent one that I saw right before I started was that, like, Mike Flynn had Russian spies joking about how easy he was to handle. Hey, Brandon, how's it going? Um, what the fuck just happened today.com, I think is what it's called. So yeah, it's just like there's so many things going on, it's hard to keep up in the news, like, and I'm not, again, like, this isn't like a judgment call, like, I'm not acting as a special prosecutor here, although there's also one of those, but like, I'm just amazed. Oh yeah, this is the worst witch hunt ever. That was, I love the representative from Salem, Massachusetts, who retweeted, like, quote tweeted Trump saying this is the worst witch hunt ever, or most ridiculous witch hunt ever, or whatever else like that. It says, like, speaking as a representative of Salem, Massachusetts, I beg to differ, which that made me happy. Chat, come back. There we go. Okay. See, I always worry when chat is quiet for like a minute. I'm like, oh god, this says poor connection and there's no chat and everything is terrible and I don't know if it's my fault. So I guess now I know that, like, even though I'm not on my computer, my phone is just as bad. Um, but yeah, so, um, everything works. Everything works. Just chill out. Just chill the out. That wasn't like a drop in audio. I just do that. I do like that. It's fine. I'm not actually blaming the people who are here. I just have this thing. I mean, James Baker, there are a lot of things that are probably worse witch hunts. You don't have to be not political here. You can be as political as you want. What should the U.S. do about North Korean nuclear tests? I don't know. Stop, like, intentionally pissing them off, I guess. Like, that would be my first rule. Like, I just feel like Trump rattling the saber at North Korea is dumb, but I also feel like them rattling the saber back at us is also dumb. So, I mean, yeah, like, it's like, there's no real reason to egg them on, but they're also not a real threat for the most part, so I'm not super worried about it from a, like, practical perspective. If I tap the like button on here, can I like my own stream? Apparently not. 13 people have liked the stream, but I'm not included. I mean, clearly, I like my stream. Jose, that was what Brad was saying, yeah. You live in Taiwan, it's amazing seeing the USA from abroad. Eric Williams, do I recognize you from something? Do I recognize you from, somewhere? I don't know. I feel like I should know your name, and I don't know why. One person doesn't like this stream. Aw, that's okay. I don't really know. Like, you applied to the VidCon giveaway, right? Or am I misremembering? Like, I also will say, like, the people who should be worried about North Korea are the people up, in, like, in Taiwan, in China, and wherever else like that. Um, I mean, I don't think that's where I know Eric Williams from. I got it. Yeah, so you were one of my favorites. But not, you were like my next runner up. I was like, oh man, if I had one more pass. So Eric Williams has a cool vlog of all kinds of, like, food and photography, and does, like, cool, like, stuff about all of his videos, about living in China. And you have, like, a couple of kids that you were, like, taking around, or other something else like that. There's so many channels, I'm probably like making a fool out of myself, but you had, like, one walking across a bridge way up in the air somewhere in China, and I was like, oh man, this is the coolest video. So yeah. Yeah, like South Korea, Japan, maybe China, maybe parts of Russia, although I guess maybe, I don't know if Russia and North Korea get along or something like that. And so, the King of Thailand wearing a crop top. I mean, I think people should be able to wear whatever they want. We should not shame people for the clothing they wear. So I think that's my feeling there, is that that's the case. Do I ever lose focus so hard that I lose focus on what I look at? Yes, absolutely. I mean, that's basically how I solve magic eyes, right? Like, you focus really hard on it, and then your eyes are like, whoa, I can't deal with this anymore. I mean, I think everybody should be topless. I mean, this should be, like, the rule number one of presenting in public. Yeah, I was thinking Russia specifically, like, not China, but do Russia and North Korea get along? I mean, I know China doesn't. I also loved, I mean, Trump's comments. Everything he learns, he's like a fourth grader. Like, wow, did you know that China's been around for a long time? Um, and so like, yeah, I don't know. You found a Japanese stream. There's a lot of Japanese streams. Uh, I know, Stephanie. I know. Look, Stephanie, you're an art person. I'm gonna be artistic for a moment. Oh God, do the thing. There we go. Now I'm artistic. See? Woo! I don't watch Rick and Morty. No, I don't. Five fingers. I love this mode. I just want this for everything. Anyway, no, I don't think everybody else likes it. It's a little bit like in this setup. It's not. It's not like super good. I don't think, but I really like it. Um, Next VidCon is in like a month, which I haven't bought flights for. I have a hotel, but not flights. And I have my ticket. I'm officially on the YouTube list this year. Oh, I'm so excited. Every other year I've been like, I would be like walking with YouTube employees, and I would go into what is the YouTube employee only area because we have like a little corner there. And I don't know, Brad. I don't know how it works. You'd have to like find it somehow. And he, but yeah, I would always get kicked out because I was never actually on the list. I just bought passes because I'm not in San Bruno, so no one ever told me when passes were going to go on sale. But I will be there, and I officially have an industry pass that is paid for. Well, it's actually, I just expense it, but it was discounted, and I get to go and be on the YouTube list. Now, mostly this won't make any difference because it still doesn't get me into like the YouTube party or get me into any YouTube events or anything else like that. But it means that when I'm talking to my coworkers and they all walk into a space, they're not gonna be like, no, 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 no. You, sir, are not a YouTube employee. And I'll be like, but I am. Can't you see the hat? And they don't trust hats, turns out. So yeah, so I'm super excited. So VidCon's in about a month. There's a VidCon in Europe, which was in like April. A VidCon in the US, which is next month, and a VidCon in Australia in Sydney. No, Melbourne. Melbourne. Pretty soon. And so those are the three this year. Other than that, I don't know much about the Sydney one. But yeah, so that it's always in Anaheim, in the U.S. in the last-ish week of June. And it's basically the YouTuber convention, right? Let's see. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're ever in the same place as I am, feel free. Like, if anyone ever flies through Boston, I took Leif around the Google office, and we did the tour. I realized after the fact that, like, I did the tour at the rate that I would do it with a group of 9 people to try and get it done in, like, an hour and a half, and I forgot that with only one person it goes a lot faster. Have a good one, Modern Retro Gaming! But yeah, so, I mean, I know that VidCon is technically a video creator convention, but really it's the YouTuber convention. Like, there is certainly other stuff there, but, like, it's not Twitch. It's mostly not live streaming. It's really focused on, like, video creation. Netflix, Vimeo, like, to a certain extent, but a little bit less. Hello, Emily! Oh, wait, come back. Where are you? Messages. Do the thing. How do I... There we go. No? Maybe? Hello. There we go. Such a short tour. I'm sorry, Emily. It's probably my fault. It's because I'm using mobile live streaming and nothing works. If I use new technology, everything is broken. Anyway, so yeah, I think, like, yes, it is certainly the case that it is more, that there is, more, like, other stuff. It's just mostly YouTube. You're close to Boston. Well, then come down and visit, man. The Google office in Cambridge, like, I will totally give people a tour of anytime. Saves 30 to 45 minutes and give me a heads up, and I will happily take you on a tour. Yeah, sorry, Leif. We could have gone and, like, played pinball well, the pinball machine was broken because the pinball machine's always broken, but, whatever. It's one of the things I actually still want to do is, like, do a live tour like this of the Google office, but there's all this stuff, that, like, there's areas where I would feel kind of weird broadcasting live just because, like, there might be stuff on the walls or graphs or TVs or whatever else like that I would worry about, so, do I feel that my chair is appropriate for the outdoors? It is not appropriate for the outdoors, no. I think phones are built for streaming. I disagree. This phone seems to be perfectly well built for streaming. Water damage. Yeah, so this is not an outdoor chair. If it was not as gorgeous as it is, I would not be sitting in it. But yeah, it was clearly the kitchen chair that I dragged outside. Buffering. Yeah, it happens. I will say that this chair is not a it's not designed as an outdoor chair, but it's also not sufficiently expensive or anything else like that I'm super worried about it right here. Your phone crashes when streaming. I mean, I'm streaming from a phone. It is not a family heirloom. No, this is a relatively cheap, just like Target-ish chair. So you slept in a hammock last night. I've heard people who sleep in hammocks are really happy with that. Well, I'm in Nashua. I'm at my father-in-law's house. I just didn't feel like messing with streaming from my laptop. So that's true. Like, things magically do turn into heirlooms. But yeah, well, did you see my drone? I don't think you saw my drone. I have a drone now. I was showing earlier. Oh, Mark, so I've been thinking about you all day. I was going to mention this on IRC, but I was saying earlier that I think this drone is the first drone that I've had that is really not an RC toy, but is instead a photography toy. And so yeah, so it is clearly designed for like photography use cases rather than for RC use cases. So it will not let you do things that like RC people would want to do, but that drone people would not want to do. And so like but what I learned today is that it has a like follow me mode that will like you tap on the screen and say like, hey, track this object, and it just does object tracking on it. So yeah, exactly. It's so realistically, like if you want a 4K video camera with a with a very tall tripod, like this is a great device. Like I did actually get it to have a little bit of camera shake, but it cannot. So whether it can or not, and whether I care about it are two different questions. So I'm going to stream from the Mavic later. The problem with the Mavic, of course, is that it has relatively limited battery life, and I just didn't get a chance to go out. The other thing is that it's nighttime. And so, like, if we go out and we look into the depths of the world, like, even in the 4K camera, like, yeah, okay, this is maybe not the most interesting... Now I've got a light, of course, kind of ruining my point, but this is maybe not the most interesting video to show. Now, of course, here, I could just be like, hey, I'm going to turn on the flash, and now I've got, like, a nice flashlight, and we can, like, run around the neighborhood and pretend that we're, like, weird, creepy runners or something like that. Yeah. Hello, TCS. It was dark. I'll be eating... But see, I have a flashlight, so I'm good. It's like XYZZY for something or other. But yeah, strap a flashlight to my Mavic. Well, the problem is that strapping a flashlight to your Mavic also doesn't solve the problem, because at the point where you strap a flashlight to your Mavic, right, like, look at that tree over there. I'm shining a flashlight at it, and it doesn't do anything. And so, so coyotes. There's no coyotes here. There's nothing interesting here. It's a suburb of Boston, practically speaking. So, I'm not streaming from the Mavic. No. I'm saying, like, that's what would happen if I did stream from the Mavic. I may stream from the Mavic later this weekend on the other channel. No, I don't think there's any coyotes here. So, wow, that's so fast, man. Why can't I stream, like, this fast all the time? It's so good. But yeah, so I'm going to try and stream from the Mavic later this weekend, but at the moment I'm streaming from my phone. If I tried to hook up a flashlight to the Mavic, that wouldn't work because it would be too far away. So the real reason I am not streaming from the Mavic tonight is because of night. Can't stream at night. That's not going to work. So I will try and do something later this weekend, but I want to actually try the software before I, like, subject you all to it. So, there is no Cyclops in the suburbs of Boston. Maybe there is in Dayton. But yeah, so I don't think, no, we don't have coyotes here. What do we have? Nothing interesting, I don't think. I could be wrong, but that's my memory. Well, I want to try, can I scroll back chat a little bit? Blogs, Donkey. Oh yeah, TCS, the Crazy Shadow. Hello. How do you live stream from it? So the software. So the remote control acts as a like a receiver. And so, like, this is what acts as the controller, but it has, like, a little plug here, and that little plug plugs right into your phone. So it's a USB-C plug, and it gets video from that, and then your phone broadcasts the live stream. So the DJI Vision software broadcasts the live stream for you. So when you plug in your phone, that's how it works. Yeah. Okay. There are bridge trolls in Nashua. That's not something I've run into. Okay, there you go. Mark knows better than I do. See, I live in Cambridge. In Cambridge, there's nothing. So, um, oh, Eric Williams, if you look at my CPG rants, I have a CPG rant on exactly that topic. In fact, it's the first thing I probably would call a CPG rant on the channel. So my feeling is that within the next year, so certainly I think YouTube will catch up. Whether YouTube will catch up in gaming specifically, maybe not, but I don't really care, because I don't think gaming content is all that interesting. But I do think that Twitch will, or YouTube will definitely catch up to Twitch. In fact, I think that, relatively speaking, I think it's a lot closer than people give it credit for now. There's a lot of focus on the gaming side, and the gaming side isn't super competitive with Twitch yet. It's like maybe in the like top 10 streams by concurrence or something like that of YouTube versus Twitch. Like YouTube is typically in the like half of Twitch on average range. But if you look at like all stuff and not just gaming stuff, there's a ton of high viewership stuff. Like there were 55,000 people just watching 24/7 music streams, right? Like so the live experience on YouTube is really a thing. Um, Yeah, I mean, like the 1.2 million people watching a giraffe. The giraffe thing couldn't happen on Twitch. Like, it just didn't happen. Like, it's not something that is part of the like super chat. Or sorry, bleh, I'm wordsing again. Is not part of the YouTube, like the Twitch experience, and so that's just a thing that will never happen there. I wonder if I have any power out here. I'm just realizing my phone is like gonna die. The other problem is that like if I actually plug in my phone, because the Nexus 5X can't do power dissipation at the rate that it can charge, it will like die. So that's not a thing. I will do anything if people give me super chats. Yeah, no, I totally understand. Like if people gave me a super chat right now, I would rip my clothes off and run down the street. No, I wouldn't. I will do whatever I want, and I don't care. I like you can give me as much money as you want, and it's not going to change anything. So yeah, so I think YouTube is definitely going to match Twitch on like total content. I think our IRL stuff exceeds what Twitch has today, and I think that's like still gonna continue that way. We've also got the news and other stuff like that Twitch is never going to have, because like officially produced content, I just don't see that going there. I know that they do their like Mr. Rogers and Power Rangers, like these things that are cheap to license and like reuse and everything else like that, but for things that are like now, YouTube is the home for that stuff. Like we like citizen journalism and everything else like that. Lose my dignity. All right, there you go. I lost my dignity. There's my bald spot. See my shame. um, so yeah, that's definitely a thing. But yeah, so I think if you combine the like mixed like variety content, like variety content, combined with like technological improvements like this, like streaming directly from your phone. I took my hat off, Fernando, and showed my bald head, which I'm ashamed of my baldness. You don't like super chat anymore. I think that like, and then what was the other thing that I said is basically just like having a platform that you can monetize from day one. Now Twitch is, to be fair, Twitch is moving aggressively to allow more monetization of content, and if YouTube cannot keep up with that, there is a good chance that we will be in a bad state in the long term. But I do think that sponsorships coming this year, custom emoji, and all these things are going to start to compete in that space, and I think YouTube is aware that direct creator support via monetization is an important piece of this. So so yeah, but yeah, so I mean, this is like, I'm obviously biased though. I just think that people don't give it enough credit, right? Like as I look through, like live on YouTube is hard for people to measure externally because we don't provide. Yeah, type question mark Q, no, exclamation mark Q. When will YouTube get custom emojis? And see, no, it won't work in this chat. Never mind. Forget what I said. No, I didn't, Brad. I didn't think it was necessary. Honestly, the whole thing was such a joke. Um, I just realized CPG bot won't be in this chat. I have to make CPG bot better so it can be in all the chats all the time. But yeah, so because YouTube doesn't provide APIs to do like lists of all live streams very easily, it can be easy to underestimate how much live stuff there is on YouTube. But when you look through the like live page on YouTube, combined with gaming, combined with all these other things, it's a thing. I mean, Barb's counter take. I mean, the counter take here is going to be super simple, right? Like, yeah. So custom emoji, Airbending Eagle. We're going to be rolling out and adding custom emoji support for sponsors, basically the same as Twitch in 2017. So. Hello, Fernando. There's like a lot of Fernandos now. We got Fernando Hot Dog. We got Fernando Cervantes. We got Sonic E. Moss. Like, I love that I have all of you people here who at least have names that sound foreign and exciting. Like, I don't know where you're actually from, but your name sounds super cool. So what's my battery life like? I don't know. Not good? Not good. It is 19% left. Okay. Fernando Pritchard. Hello, Mr. SoCal. How's it going? Your name is not super exotic, James Baker. I'm going to give you just like a heads up right now. Your name is not super exotic. Like, Joe Exotic, he has a super exotic name, but, you know, anybody else, not so much. Miguel de Cervantes. Is that like, Cervantes? He wrote the book. The I am I, Don Quixote, the Lord of La Mancha. My destiny falls and I go. And the wild leaves of Alros, they carry me on to and whithersoever they go. Yeah, Don Quixote, Man of La Mancha. See? Now you got singing, you got dancing. We can do some dancing too. Okay, that's really, don't do that. Man of La Mancha was a musical. The fact that Don Quixote was not a musical is besides the point. When I said Don Quixote, or when I said that the thing that was the musical, I was clearly referring to the right thing. The fact that you are all wrong is irrelevant. I do love musicals. I'm a big fan of musicals. Also, apparently, I got stuff on my... Yay! Hello! Come as you are, as a friend, as I want you to be. Soundgarden guy died. Chris Cornell? That's sad for some people. I didn't know who that was. Roger Ailes died. I guess he did something with Fox News, and a lot of people are celebrating that he will no longer be able to do things with Fox News. Trump knew that Flynn was under investigation when he hired him to work for the White House. Take care, Eric. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye. I've never heard of Audioslave. Yeah, that's... Yeah. All the Grunge is on Classic Rock Radio now. Classic Rock Radio with DJ Somebody. I wonder if radio people do so when you're singing in like a choir or something else like that, you're like really enunciate your words, not like that obviously, but like really big mouth movements are really common for people who are like singing in groups. And I wonder if radio people do that too. Or is the fact that you're like right next to a microphone actually eliminate that? Like, I don't know. I never really learned to do things. I don't know if you have to announce that. Oh, are you a radio person, Emily? I don't even know. I need Spiffy Mark. Spiffy Mark is my radio person. Although his radio it's kind of funny because Spiffy Mark does a podcast where he pretends he's on the radio. But he like his whole shtick. Part of his whole shtick is that, and so at one point they were like, yeah, if we don't get this gig, we're gonna have to go to just be a podcast instead of on the radio like chumps. Gotcha. Yeah, I never... Yeah, DJ Duke Nukem. Let's get some. Oh, no! Yeah, that's right. I will crip off your head and shit down your neck. That's what DJ Duke Nukem would say. I agree. No, that's a totally legit comment. Yeah, so drone flying... Super cool. It has a follow me mode so it can track you as you walk around, so you can just set it up and have it follow you down a path or whatever else like that. Get Narcost in here. I'm still learning to use that. I did actually, like, I ran underneath the drone and it, like, followed me. Like, it tilted the camera down to follow me, and then it was like, I can't tilt anymore and I lost you. Like, it tried to turn around and then it just, like, beeped, like, I can't find you. I don't know where you went. I was kind of hoping it would just, like, spin in circles and then, like, crash land or something, just, like, out of sheer misery, but that is not how it happened. I think Narcost is busy playing Doom at the moment, if I remember correctly. So yeah, I don't know. I love the slower chattiness. I know, Emily Baker. I had to take my hat off because Jose threw $2 at me to destroy my dignity. So there's this article on Super Chat. Well, so the other thing, deliberately creative Stephanie, is that the auto captions just got way better. Like since VidCon last year, and especially in like the last couple of weeks, it changes drastically. So and we just reran all of the videos that had captions as well. So now we have like new captions, and the word error rate on those captions has gone from 38% or 38%. I don't know exactly how that's numbered, but 38, which is basically out of 100, how many words did you get wrong, to 12.4. So we are like more than 3 times as accurate now. So, oh yeah, the Verge article was terrific. It asks you to upload a auto captions are automatic. That you cannot turn them on. They go automatically. And if they don't happen, they don't happen. If you have a video that they don't happen on, then let me know. I bring those up now because they're usually surprising bugs. They didn't used to be, but they are now. So if you have a newly uploaded video that doesn't have auto captions, let me know, and I will bring it to the team. My manager is also the manager of the captions team, which is kind of cool. But yeah. Bye, Fernando. Fernando.hotdog. Fernando Man of La Mancha. There we go. But yeah, so for a while there's a lot of different things that would cause it to break. Now there's like, I think any videos longer than 4 hours or something like that, they may not, but anything else like that, Fernando the Hedgehog. Oh yeah, you're a Sonic person. That's right. That's right. All of my my Spanish speaking people are from Sonic Night. Cristobal, Hombre de Boston. See. But yeah, so if you have a relatively short video that didn't auto caption, let me know. Sometimes it's language detection. So like recently Narcos did a video, and the reason that it didn't auto caption is because it was detected as Norwegian. Yeah, 39 minutes I think should be okay now, so I would be happy to look into that if you shoot me a link on Twitter or Discord or anything else like that. CR Schmidt on Twitter. But yeah, also, again, if you are interested in following my drone stuff, CR Schmidt is going to be the channel where all of my drone stuff is. So I mentioned it here, and I've gone through like this, but I'm going to do like more official like videos I edit and other things like that. Anything else like that. I mean, Gamer Girl, so one, Russia actually did hack the White House in 2015 under the Obama administration, but in particular, hacking in this case is social, right? So the Russians are very excited about the fact that Michael Flynn was so easy to control, and they plan to use him as an additional way to get into the White House, according to CNN reporting immediately before I came on stream. Like, Trump hired Flynn despite knowing he was under investigation. Like, there's a whole bunch of things that are, like, that just keep coming up. And so, like, over the past week... Oh, also, in his meeting with Russia, Trump explained that he fired Flynn, and so now the Russia thing would be much less of a big deal. Like, it's like every time I turn around, this guy is such a fucking toddler. Like, it's like walking into the room and like, with Oreo cookie crumbs on your face and telling your parents, like, I didn't steal any cookies. Of course you did! I can see them on your face! I'm not an idiot! Like, how can you be this dumb? I don't even understand! But, I mean, that's the world we live in, I guess. I fail to understand. It is cartoonish. Like, I mean, like, this, again, like, this is Trump. Like, this is how professional he is. Just like that. Or maybe just, like, even like this. Like, just... Seriously, if this is going to be the mode you're going to be in, just stop, alright? I love these modes. They're so fun. This mobile live streaming thing, I should just do this every day on my way to work. I know I need the big rubber hammer. Bam! 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 I shouldn't do this every day on the way to my work, but, like, I don't know. Brad's like, get a stabilizer for your goddamn selfie stick first, which is a reasonable complaint. But yeah, so I've been looking at like Smooth, but those are mostly for GoPro. But I've been looking at like picking up a stabilizer so that you don't get this so much. Do it, Chris. Be my ice Poseidon. I will be your ice Poseidon. I will dance away the pain. Vince McMahon, take care, gamer girl. Have a good night. Yeah, Jake Peter is a great guy. He's just like he was legitimately and always tried to be helpful. And so like that's yeah. I don't know. I've never seen him dance away the pain. I mean, I saw him get arrested at one point, so I guess probably some pain maybe he didn't dance away, but yeah. Yes, the only problem with this UI is that it shows the number of viewers, and I have that whole, like, oh my god, I don't have enough, or I have too many, I don't know what to do, there's all these people. Yeah, I know. Doggos, how's it going? I'm not gonna get arrested. I mean, I guess I could try and get arrested. I could just be like, alright, we're gonna turn on, oh god, why are you not doing the thing? Oh, I have to do this first. I push this button, and then I push this button, and we can just run around the neighborhood like this. Ah, come get me! Ah! There's people walking their dogs, and they're like, "You're crazy," which I am. All right, let's go back to me. Hello, look at your man. Now back to me. Now back at your man. Now back to me. When do you get that? Did I get that Google hat? I got this Google hat 3 years ago when I started working at Google. I don't know. I was just running around the street. But yeah, so I got the Google hat 3 years ago when I started working at Google. Have a good night, gamer girl. I was gonna leave that part out, Jose. You are correct. You are correct. This one is actually one that someone got about 7 years ago, and they gave it to me because I lost mine, and so yeah. I like this shirt. Jess bought this for me. This is a Christmas present. It's like a Mario Banksy throwing a fire flower. No, it's okay. I'm just being silly, obviously. But yeah, hello, Doggeth. Look, I'm streaming from my phone, and so I can talk back and forth to you quickly. I work at... Oh, yes! That's not a joke! Yes, I work at Google. Like, that's what I do. What do you... Like, I talked about working at Google like a million times. I don't know, whatever. I don't know how often you're here. That's sorry. I shouldn't laugh. I work at YouTube. I work at YouTube on video infrastructure. I'm the tech lead for operations within the quality of experience team inside the video infrastructure team inside of YouTube. My job is to monitor and report on issues affecting user experience related to video infrastructure. I do not work at Dunkin' Donuts. I do not have much battery life left. He'll be the lore keeper of CPG. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. Are you guys having fun? Do you want to keep like hanging out? Because I'm not gonna. I'm like, but I'm happy to keep chatting. So if people want to, I would be, hey, painstakingly played, sneaks in there at the last minute, takes out the Septipus. I do have a big backup battery, but that wasn't my plan. That's not... So the problem, like I said, the problem is if I can't charge my phone and stream at the same time. Because if I charge my phone and stream at the same time, my phone will overheat, and then it will, like, slow down, the CPU will melt, and then it won't, like, be able to stream anymore. So my phone power is almost out, yeah. And so I mean, my car battery will charge phones, but only if the car is on, which I could do. I'm streaming from my phone, and it's telling me low battery, low battery, low battery. Like, I've got 6% left. That'll last me like another 2 minutes. No, I don't. I'm trying to decide if I want to keep being on video. I can just charge my phone. Like, it's not that big a deal. But, I don't know. Alright, so we're gonna do this. First of all, I'm not gonna die. I'm gonna plug this in. Hello, can you still hear me? Hello, hello. Alright, so now you're plugged in. Alright, so now you're plugged in. And I don't know if I'm all buffer city now. Yeah, so I have a big backup battery. I don't actually know where it is at the moment. I'm just trying to think what I want to do. You can't hear me? Hello? I'm not shouting anymore. Hi, Jess. Oh, you're being silly. See, don't be silly at me. I get all concerned.
Who's being silly?
Airbending Eagle. Do you want to say hi?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you might want to use my phone. See how the iOS interface works.
No.
No.
Because if I do this, then that stream stops, and then all the people leave, and then I don't have things, and I don't know. I'm also just. I am in the kitchen. Yes. You won't leave.
House.
Can you give me a dare to do? No, you can't give me a dare to do.
Oh. At my father's house now, I guess.
Yes, that is correct. Ah! Okay, so I was trying to figure out, this says poor connection all the time, but I can't tell if I'm, super buffery, or if it just says poor connection and it's going to, pixelate my face, or what it's going to do.
Would you like a chair?
Do a cooking show. Why is that microwave door open? Because I was in a rush after making my father-in-law food. And so, yeah, I'm pixelated. Yes. Alright. Extreme close-up. Whoa! No, it won't overcast. It only works for Stream Now, and mobile live streams don't use Stream Now. My face looks like an NES game. Okay. I was in a rush to get to the stream. You know me and time. I love being on time for things. I hate not being on time for things. So that was my motivation. So now I close the door. I close everything else. But yeah, so this is my father-in-law's house. This is where we spend a weekend once a month. Yeah. I should have blamed the door on goats. I wish my face looked like an NES games. There are no cats here. There used to be a cat here, but not since last July. Yeah, I'm trying to see if my phone is going to overheat. It seems like it's okay so far. I mean, the Nexus 5X is just terribly designed as far as heat goes, which is a real issue that affects a lot of things. This is the same reason that I had problems with Pokemon Go. There is no chinchilla. No, there are no animals. My phone will overheat. I mean, it will. The question is, how long is it going to take, and what will it do when it does? Also, is it even, staying ahead of dying? Basically, no. I believe you. No, I have a feeling that I know what it looks like. I've looked at some of these before. I know what happens when you have bad connections. So, and I tested it earlier, and I know that I have a bad connection inside the house. So, I don't know. So I was thinking I would hop on Discord, but it seems like people are having fun just chatting. We could just chat together in Discord, though. Is that better? Do you like me just talking at you, or would you rather talk with me? That's a real question. Or we could hop on Hangouts. Hangouts is a thing, too. We could all talk and we could see each other's faces. But, Jose, that's you, every time, right? So, I don't even have... that's not special. What year is this? Hangout still exists? As an iguana. You're not wearing pants, so I can't see me turning my cam on. Let's see how Oh, that's not super pixelated. You can still, see me. That's fine. I only risk my job I mean, yes, I get that you only risk your job security for me, but that's, still an important thing. Oh, do you want to say hi?
Bonjour, stream.
Hello. There's Mrs. CPG.
If you were standing up straight, I could nudge correctly under your chin.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, see, that's where I belong, but when you're...
An AT&T video phone. I mean, the AT&T video phone was originally from, the 1960s, so... They all say, hello, Jess. Hello, Jess. Hi, hi, hi. You should say hi.
Bonjour, stream.
Oh, that's right. You already did it. You just said it in French. I didn't think about it. I was showing off my shirt.
I bought you that shirt for Christmas, and this is the first day you've ever shown it off.
I mean, I've worn it. I just haven't shown it off very well. Mwah. I love you.
I have many feelings about you. Some of them include love.
Is there a power outlet outside somewhere?
Back deck.
The back deck. 5 months later, I've worn it. I usually am in a spot where that doesn't work so well.
Quite chilly out now.
Yeah, that's why I got the sweater. It's the wind. Oh, the weather is coming in. All right.
Hold on.
Now I have power. I love this shirt. Yay! You brought me a chair. Thank you. Ugh. All right, so now I'm plugged in and I'm outside, so presumably I will have a little bit better internet, maybe, so I won't be quite so pixely. It's the pixels. Did you read the title? So Dada Rubber Meme, I like specifically when I talk about Russia hacking the White House, I'm talking about Russia hacking the White House in the sense of like integrating with people who are kind of sketchy and getting access to the White House that way. You know, they're getting access in the way that spies do. So that's right. You can watch over my shoulder for coyotes. So my battery is currently staying at a flat level, which I think means yeah, that's fine. So they social engineered the White House. That's right, not technical. I mean, Russia, like I said, Russia actually did like hack the White House in 2015, but that's different than what we're talking about today. So, I hope some neighbors show up. Well, I'm in the backyard now, so before I was in the front yard. Like when I actually ran out into the street, about 100 feet away, there was someone walking their dog. So, I look like a Skype call from 2015. That's good. I'll take that. That's good. All right. I think I'm getting another picture. Oh, that's yeah. Jess was a bit pixely when she showed up. Huh? So, ooh, and the wind out here is quite. Yeah. So behind me, there's actually like you won't be able to see it, but there's a river. Okay, thank you. Jess noticed there was a mess out there and cleaned it up. Yes, there's basically a forest. I mean, it's not actually a forest, but if we do this and turn this around, there we go. I did not build the deck. One of Jess's brother-in-law helped build the deck. So we've got kind of a forest here. What it actually is about 20 feet of trees, and then down there is actually the Nashua River. So that's what's over here. So if you look at some of my video, like I have, if you look, Longwood Terrace. There's a Longwood Terrace video on the CR Schmidt. It's a stream deck. That's right, because I'm streaming from it, and it's a deck. I like it. I will keep an ear out for any coyotes. How did I get that epic face? I don't know which epic face you're thinking of. I think this is an epic face. See, this is what I should do. Whenever it says, like, low connection, I should do this, because this has way less bits. So I bet that this sketch view is, like, way less pixelated than other things, right? I'm not going skinny dipping. We have a pool across the street. If I wanted to go skinny dipping, I go skinny dipping in the pool. I don't need to go in the gross river. Get a lag up. I don't know what to do with that. Oh, yeah. Colon awesome. No emojis. I see. He was talking about something else. The goo really pops.
Will this be helpful? More powerful charging brick?
Maybe.
Maybe so. Maybe no. Maybe
I don't know. We're gonna try and find out. Yeah, I know. Sorry, I'm changing power again. The Verge says, if I pay you money, you will touch your nose with your pinky toe. I don't think I could do that. I could try. There we go. You don't have to pay me money. See? Yeah, so this is a little bit of a like. So the problem that I have here, yeah, okay, so now it's actually fast. So there's actually two problems. Like, fast charging mode is good because it means my battery will charge. Fast charging mode is bad because if my battery charges faster, it heats up. My phone heats up faster as well. The Verge lied. So yes, like the problem here is that what I actually had is the LG charger that came with my phone. But Mrs. CPG also uses USB-C to touch her or to charge her laptop, and the cable she had was breaking. And so I offered to switch her cables so that it wouldn't like beep at her all the time. And I think the fact that that cable is breaking means it doesn't get like full 3 amps out of it. So yeah, so this is definitely charging faster now. So I'm actually going up in power, which is good. But it does mean my phone is likely like generating more heat. So if I look at like ampere or something like that, it will now be bad because it will actually be, doing that. So anyway, yeah, I feel like I need to like move back further. I think get a little bit further from the light. There we go. Now I feel like I'm less oversaturated. So yeah, what state of isolation are you? I don't know what that means. I need different words. I think I am the police state of isolation. Are there like choices here? Because I could be like the fourth state. Or maybe I'm the fourth wall. I'm the fourth wall of isolation. Anyway, so yeah, out back there's the Nashua River. If you look at my Longwood Terrace videos or my forest level ground flight videos, so if you search for forest level ground flight Christopher Schmidt, I think you'll get to my video that is going to be like flying near the Nashua River near here. It is also super pixelated because it's actually really hard to do like weirdly textured stuff flying fast. So as a kid, you were told to follow your nose. Well, don't follow your nose. I mean, if you follow your nose, you'll be in a spot. So, I'm in New Hampshire. I'm glowing, so yes, it may be overheating. That's right. Under, yes, I do work for Google. That's why I got the cool hat. So, Brad is giving. Oh yeah, so the Verge article on Super Chat, right? So basically, it said like Super Chat is bad because we can give people money. It really is. I mean, it runs right through the town, right? So Nashua is not that big overall. I know it's got like 100,000 people, but it's right along there. So the article basically said like Super Chat is terrible. Like people will be able to pin messages that are terrible and hateful, and it will just be ASCII dicks, and no software could ever prevent ASCII dicks. And like that's silly. I am not close enough to do that while plugged into the power, which if I unplug right now, my stream will die. Um, I mean, I don't always follow my nose. Sometimes I walk backwards. See, like, well, that was really unsuccessful at communicating exactly what I was doing because obviously when I'm holding a selfie stick, the phone always stays the same distance away. But you can imagine the fact that I just actually did walk backwards and I'm not following my nose, I'm following my butt. So, take that, reality. I mean, I'm showing you walking because, like, I'm walking weird because I'm plugged in, right? So, like, I've got this cable over here. Like, why did I do that? I have a button for this. Watch, I pushed the button. Push the button. So I've got, like, cables and a shoe because I took off my shoes so I could touch my nose with my chin. No, not with my chin. I don't think my nose touching with my chin would work. Is it hard to work for Google? I mean, for me, it's about the same as any other software engineering company. I would actually say it's easier. Google puts a lot of work into like setting reasonable expectations, and so I find that it is easier for me to meet the expectations people have set for me because they don't set unreasonable expectations because some manager told them to, and instead of firing the people who failed to set the to meet the bad expectations, they fire the people who set the bad expectations, which is a good change. Can I use TensorFlow? I mean, could I? Maybe, but anyone can. It's like open source or something, right? So I don't have anything I know how to do with tensors. I think I tried to follow a tutorial at one point. Does the air smell good? Oh, what kind of shoes are these? These are, I don't know, they got a name somewhere on here. They are Mephisto, I think. Mephisto, hold on. You can read it for yourself. There you go. So I like the biggest problem, of course, is getting a job at Google. Google is a notoriously difficult place to get a job. My statement is always that you have to be in the top 10% of programmers or top 25% of programmers, maybe, depending on what you're applying for or something else like that. But like you also have to win a roll a d4 and you only get in if it's a 4. Like we have an intentionally high false negative rate, which means that sometimes you'll apply and be a perfectly great candidate for Google and still not get in, which kind of sucks, but is the reality of the world. What do I do at Google? I work on video infrastructure. My job is to keep YouTube videos from buffering. So when I look at this thing that says poor connection all the time, I know that I'm probably screwing up some metric somewhere. Now, in reality, I think that it lowers the bit rate because of that. But so what did I program? I mean, I've programmed stuff that you wouldn't see. My team works on the video quality report. My manager manages the team that runs automated captions. I work closely with the player infrastructure team who works on the player, but not the player UI so much, just the player like back end requesting things and other things like that. But the fact that you can watch videos at all is because of the teams that I work with. What I do is make sure that shit keeps working. Emily, that is probably because when you uploaded it, it was broken. The software at the time was all broken in sort of the same way, and then we reran it with newer software, and it's broken. Yeah, so the fact that this video is buffering does not surprise me because of where I'm streaming from, but am I on vacation? No, I'm at my father-in-law's house this weekend. Since my mother-in-law died, we've been taking care of him once a month, so... Why does YouTube do that? Oh, look, I have a data usage alert from Android. I don't actually care, but... Is it possible to apply for hardware? Yes, there are hardware-specific roles at Google. Yeah, so I actually have, like, videos of mine that were perfectly reasonable when I uploaded them, and now are completely destroyed because they were actually broken videos all along. But yeah, so why do not a lot of people watch your videos? So, Brad, I actually think the answer is different. A lot of people do watch your videos. Hey, my battery is no longer low. And my phone's not too hot, so maybe this will work out okay. So your statement that not a lot of people watch your videos seems false. So I think that your videos are probably in the top 10% of all videos for how many views they get. I mean, you get between like 30 to 50 views on most of your videos. 30% of videos don't even get a single view, not even from the person who uploaded them. So overall, I feel like you've got quite a number of views that you're working with, and to say that you aren't getting a lot of views feels like maybe that you're making a mistake right there. I mean, I don't think that it's reasonable to say that more than 1% of people should watch them. What do I think about G+? G+ is fine. Our forced integration of G+, which happened before I started at Google, I think was a failure and a mistake, and everyone knows that now. Smell-O-Vision, my former CEO of the startup I worked for now works for a Smell-O-Vision company. I don't remember what it's called, but yeah, so they sell a smellulator, and then you use your mobile phone and the combination of scents that you install into the smellulator, and it produces smells. So the idea was used for like storybooks and other things like that. So, yeah, I mean, I think really, Brad, I watch your videos, and Van Helsing watches your videos, and Jose watches your videos. That's 100% of the important people on YouTube. Like, yeah, YouTube has 1 billion users every month or whatever else like that, but that doesn't really matter, right? Like, what matters is not that. All right, so I think now, all right, so we'll do a quick thing here. I do this. I turn on this button. Who's got the button? Enable flash. So I've got a fence here, and I think I can't get over the fence. But if you look, you can kind of see like this goes down there, and at the edge of that like darkness you can see there is where the water line is for the river. So I could. I don't think I can get a stick all the way down there because of the trees, but here's a stick. Ugh! Oh, it seems like that landed on the bank. Okay, I'm still having. Hold on one second. I'm gonna try. I think that the Wi-Fi out here is even worse. No, is this working now? Hello. Oh, it doesn't say bad connection now, so maybe this is working. But yeah, so I went to like throw a stick in the river as requested, and thinking like, okay, I've got like 5 minutes, and then like as soon as I let go of the stick, my phone battery was like shutting down. We're done. I'm like, oh, okay. So how much of my data would the stream eat up? So I don't know. Are you guys here? Hello? Someone say something. Maybe? Hello? I see no words. It still says 16 people watching. And I don't have any like warnings that things are bad. My little timer's ticking. Maybe it lost the chat somehow? Alright, I'm going to try and open my computer and figure out what's going on. Because I can't see anything from you people on my phone screen. So yeah, it was entirely stupid. I thought I could beat the battery, but it turned out the battery was lying to me, and I could not beat the battery. So that sucks. It's weird that it says live. Hello. Does it just like his chat? I think chat might be broken. I don't know if Google will put a voice to the Basque language. Oh, there's chat. Okay, chat's coming back. Sorry. All of the things were failing, but now it's fixed. No, or chaos, totally. So this one in particular, I think, is a different failure mode, but yes, definitely a problem. Um, there's not like a try to refresh button. Like there's no button to say refresh chat. So anyway, so yeah, I unplugged my phone thinking I would have time. I went and I threw something in the river, and I did not have enough time. So I am going to try one thing here to put my selfie stick back. And you just reconnected. Ugh. Okay. I'm actually going to switch off of Wi-Fi because although it is better when it works, it is worse when it doesn't. So, now we'll see how long that takes to actually figure out what's going on. Hey, we killed an alpha gargoyle. Hashtag alpha for alpha gargoyle so that I know that you can see me again. Selfie stick. Yeah, I got the selfie stick now. We're back in business. How far am I from the nearest road? Like, I don't know, 100 feet? I was running on it earlier. Okay, cool. So you can hear me now. Great. So yes, I apologize for all of the silliness there. Clearly, I was not actually expecting to stream for an hour and a half on my phone, and so I did not actually plan for that. If I had, I would have charged my phone. I would have not. Like, the problem is I went out flying my drone, and flying the drone uses the phone as a camera, and so, like, using that for the camera was silly. No, I have no idea about anything about the Google S3. Keep in mind, I don't know anything that isn't public knowledge. Like, I'm better than the average person about keeping an eye on Google and YouTube related things, but that's not because, like, I have secret knowledge. It's just that I, like, read all the public news stories and pay attention to them. So, yeah. But yes, I really like this backyard. It's a nice space. Another nice thing about being in Nashua, although it doesn't work right now because it's cloudy out, is there are stars. And so that's something that you don't really get a lot of in Cambridge. It's really hard to see stars there. So Nashua, I'm happy when I can come up here and be like, oh look, that's the Big Dipper, and that's Orion's Belt, and that's Cassiopeia. That makes me happy. Yeah, it's chilly out. Stars shining, are the stars out tonight? I don't know if they're cloudy or bright, and I only have eyes for you, dear. I've not seen the Milky Way in a long time. Like, even in Nashville, you don't get that. You'd have to go a lot further, but, in Cambridge, you can't see, like, anything. Like, it's just, like, not there. Do I like Soundgarden? I honestly am not even sure that I know that much from Soundgarden. Like, I like them, in my eyes, indisposed, in disguise as no one knows. See, I'm destroying Chris Cornell's memory by singing this. I have seen the Milky Way before. When I was driving through Montana, we actually pulled off the side of the interstate and just found a dark spot and just, stared at the stars for a little while because it's great. Like, it's incredible to be out in the middle of nowhere, but That's right. Is there any guided tour? There's not like a guided tour, but if you know any Googlers, you can always ask them to give you a tour. Like I would be happy to give people a tour if they come to Boston. So yeah, I'm not a good music person. I don't know lyrics very well. I don't know bands very well. I don't know anything else, which makes the fact that I sing songs and other stuff like that kind of silly. I understand, but I didn't not like Soundgarden. I do remember at one point someone asked me if I liked Soundgarden, and I thought they meant like those soundscape things, like nature. So I went to the Indiana Dunes with a Boy Scout trip. So shuddering, ba ba bow, ba da ba da 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 da. Yes, Van Helsing, I am telling you that we can see our own universe. That's correct. It's nighttime there. That's correct. It is nighttime here. You can see the woods and other stuff like that, but only from the lights. Um, so yes, you can see. I was not frozen. I was I was sort of frozen. So I just taken albuterol via my fancy dancy inhaler, and as like I guess one of the things that you do if you like are smoking weed is you hold your breath for a long time. And although my like breath control generally sucks, like taking in a breath and holding it for a while is a thing that I can do, and so I was doing that like just to because. I mean, I guess I only held my breath for like 24 seconds, which anyone can see. So you can't see the ocean when you're in it. Yes, you can. You're a liar. You can see the ocean when you're in it. You just don't think of it as the ocean. You think of it as water. I love this mode. I know that you guys are probably like, nope, but I'm for a little while. We're gonna do this for a minute. Um, you can't see water; it's too transparent. Is the Earth flat? No, the Earth isn't flat. Anyone who tells you the Earth is flat is stupid or trying to trick you. I was having a grand mal seizure. That's correct. Wow, I love. Oh man, I know. Like, I'm such a silly dork. Like, but I love like edge sketch mode. Makes me happy. Is the Earth some kind of polyhedron? No, the Earth is a uh, an oblate spheroid, I believe. It's not a sphere because it is off center slightly, so it's not actually a sphere. But I bet I'm like so now it's not telling me bad connection. This might be the first time of the night where I haven't been super pixely. Maybe. It's hard to tell because I can only see what my camera shows me, and my camera shows me that I'm beautiful. And so, yeah, that's not helpful. A really wet rock. Yes. What is my IQ? Who knows? It's jumping, but not too pixely. That's good. Like IQs are dumb. Uh, kind of crispy. There we go. I'll take that. I'll take kind of crispy. I mean, it's still like the high single digits. I think anyone who asks you what your IQ is immediately loses 4 IQ points. Like that's every time you ask someone what their IQ is, you lose IQ points. Not them, you. Um, so yeah. So yeah, Brad, I did not actually, as far as I can tell, actually make a stick all the way into the river. So that's unfortunate, but Andrew's like, oh no. Oh, blame the trees. Yeah, no, the trees are definitely there. That's right, Jose. I totally do that. I'm just like, yep, I'm taking over here. I'm changing the roles. Lumi, good to see you. All right, it's hot out here. It's the opposite of hot out here. Where's Gaming Lawyer? Is he like streaming right now? He's probably streaming right now. No, because I didn't get a notification. I get notifications for Gaming Lawyer unless notifications are broken again, which they often are. There you go. That's Smellulator. For those of you who were listening to me talk about Smellulator earlier, that is the Smellulator product. Mohawks. Ah! Can you be smart and happy? Well, I'm smart and happy. So, oh, that's right. I saw his videos or his pictures or whatever. Now it works with Spotify. I don't think I want that. Um, yeah. So no, he's at Universal. That's totally true. Um, yeah, I don't want my Spotify to control the smells of my living room. That's a bad idea. Um, no, I'm now like okay. So one, although there was a time period starting in November where I was directly miserable for a long time, I have found ways to be happy. Specifically, I think that the weekend that things changed for me was the weekend I went to PAX East. Um, so when I went to PAX East, I was able to set aside like politics of all kinds and everything else like that for a while, and that was a huge help to me in like being more like accepting of the world. So being able to take a back seat, or take a step back rather from politics for a while made a huge difference in how I felt about the overall picture. And ever since then, I've been able to look at it with a little bit more perspective. And instead of being unhappy, I'm just angry. Like, I am angry that we are in a position where we are letting so many people shoot themselves and the rest of us in the foot. I am angry about the fact that we have someone who cares so little about democratic norms that he's throwing it away. I am angry that we live in a world where, like, you know, this was allowed to happen by us. But I'm no longer unhappy. I'm no longer, like, melancholy. I'm no longer sad about it. And, like, that's a shift. Um, and so like I feel like I have gotten better at that. Um, if the wind is getting in the way of hearing my voice, please let me know. I can move closer like this, and then you can probably hear me better. But you get less of the like overall, you know, milieu. That feels like a word. It's like a French word, but I don't think it means what I think it means. Yeah, there's also like wind chimes. I don't know if you guys hear wind chimes, but someone nearby has a wind chime. Milieu, the milieu. It's like a view. It's like a landscape. The I don't know. Just oh, I'm not gonna smash their wind chime. It's like my father-in-law's neighbors. That would be weird and annoying. Um, Okay, so here's a question. Here's a horoscope for everybody. Capricorn, you're gonna die. Libra, you're gonna die. Gemini, you're gonna die twice. I work in Cambridge, yeah. Um, you know, they have, to make the Verge proud, um, what are those glowing eyes back there? That's, a coyote. No, I don't know. I don't think we have any, I've not seen any coyotes while I've been up here. But yeah, so that is the word I was thinking of, Brad. I have no idea what it means, I guess. So there you go. Um, it's a cougar. Now the cougar's inside. I'm just kidding. As homework, your teacher makes you watch a Minecraft video. Somebody stepped on your foot. Let it slide. Okay, so if I went to no DVR mode but lower latency on my streams, would that be an improvement or an unimprovement? Like, if my normal live streams had no DVR but had latency like this instead, is that a good thing? What, should I do it or not do it? Because I have felt like I shouldn't do it, but I don't know what other people feel like. And now you're getting to see me in my un-DVR'd form and interpret that. The other issue I'm concerned about is my internet is not great, and because, like, if you don't have DVR, when you jump forward, you kind of jump forward and skip stuff. Yeah, I'm using a selfie stick. Um, The funny thing is that I think maybe at the moment, because of all of my various skips and jumps, people are more delayed, so that you don't get the 2 second responses. Yeah, Candyman's the one you say the name 3 times, and it shows up or doesn't show up. I don't know. It's like Beetlejuice, 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 and he shows up. I think he just delivers death. Does he actually deliver candy? That's something I didn't know. You can actually see the shadow of my. There's lots of bugs behind me. There we go. Now there's less of the shadow of my phone on my face. Okay, so I got no opinions on low latency no DVR or higher latency DVR. All right. What if I just streamed all of my face cams and they looked like this? Would that be an improvement or a non-improvement? A or B? A or B? You don't like that? So odd. It's so great. I mean, I guess I could do other things as well. We could go sepia toned. It's much more. So one of the things about sepia toned is just be beam. I'll work on that. Uh, the CPG tone, yeah. One of the things I've actually learned about like sepia tone or grayscale is that for images that are low light, oftentimes you'll get a very odd white balance, like super red or something else like that, based on the lights that are nearby. Especially if you're under streetlights, and going sepia actually or to grayscale actually makes photos that would otherwise be very red look artistic instead of just bad. And so, so the this is a way that you can take some photos that have like really off white balance and still kind of recover them. I mean, sometimes you can do stuff in like post processing software, but sometimes you'll find images that just like there isn't even enough colored like that to recover. So, but yeah, never seen a Google symbol in black and white before. Yeah. What was the question? I'm on a phone. Yeah, so this is my phone. Anyway, Alex. Yeah, so Alex, right before I started streaming, I was seeing like CNN was doing a story about how Flynn, like Russian spies, were basically talking shit about Flynn. About how they had like they could influence him so easily, and he was in the White House and everything else like that. I'm 33. And so like immediately before that, I was like, good God, like the Russians just like ignoring the technical aspects, they social engineered their way into the White House completely. And it's like the level to which the Russian like you know the Kremlin was part of the Trump administration is kind of overwhelming to me, like completely like crazy to me. So that was what I was commenting on, and that was right before I went online. I was like, all right, cool, it's time to pick my clickbait title. This is what it's gonna be. But yeah, we also talked about my new DJI Mavic drone, which has like follow me mode, so I can just set it up and say like, hey drone, like follow me, and then I start walking and it'll follow after me. We talked about my we talked about my we were doing Q&A if anyone had any questions. So flip. Oh, I just remember who you are. Ah, yes. Okay. Oh, something just like, it was a leaf or something. Like something just flew behind me. Um, my first console was the NES. My first video game was The Adventures of Dino Ricky, as well as Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt. So there is a difference between a is there a zero chance that Russia is just trolling now? I mean, Russia is trolling, but I think that they also want influence. So like it is 100% true that like when people were concerned about what happened in the meeting with Trump and Russia, like Putin was like, well, if Trump asks for it, we'll release our transcript, and that was totally like grade A trolling from Russia. It was not Superman. Uh, yeah, like Like their overall trolling is funny, but I worry a lot about the fact that they are attempting to influence our country towards a less democratic state. And realistically, if you look at Russia as a model to strive towards, then you and I cannot be friends. Russia hates the things that I love, and so yeah. No, I don't think World War III is starting. I don't think it's like real yet.
Did you hear about Mr. Assange?
That he's no longer being prosecuted as a rapist by Sweden.
I'm sure the Ecuadorian embassy is very happy to lose.
Is he leaving?
Good question.
Because he's still under, like, the UK still wants him for something. So I don't think he's leaving yet.
Do you think I can get a line to bitch slap him?
I mean, I think that there's a long line, so maybe not.
But I could get at the end of the line.
I mean, I just don't know if the line will have an end. Yeah, so... Bitch slap from Mrs. CPG. Yeah, so so Sweden is no longer prosecuting. I have not played Call of Duty. So the Swedish government dropped the rape case, which of course does not mean he's not a rapist. The preponderance of evidence in the court of CPG says he is 100% is. But he's still, like, the UK still has him for something, and the US will presumably still try to extradite him if that doesn't work out as well. So, yeah. I don't know. Take care, Alex on Fire. Have a good night. Or lurk, or whatever. Yeah. What time is it? Jess gets to smack him. 11:07. Oh, so I guess it's the time for the CPG rant of the evening, maybe. I guess I'm kind of late. A live CPG rant. I haven't done one of these in a while. Oh man. I have to think. Have I done a CPG rant on followers are not subs? Or have I not done that one? I don't know if I've already done that. I don't know if Twitch has actually done anything, or if I'm just ranting about people on Twitch, and I'm trying to kind of avoid that. Asking if democracy is great is like asking the mob for a favor. I don't want to rant about people on Twitch. Like, I don't want to be that guy. Like, I don't want to be mean to people who are dumb. It's not their fault. Okay. I'm the Chris who plays games. This is your CPG rant of the evening. The type of people who are willing to switch platforms over nothing other than the fact that other people are succeeding are idiots. Yes, other platforms are different. Yes, other platforms have other things. And yes, you can 100% make a decision to switch to another platform and have it be a completely reasonable decision. That is not an insane thing to do. But that does not mean that if you make a decision to switch, that you should do it without thinking about it. Just because another platform is larger or has people who are more successful than you are, does not mean that if you switch, you will be successful. If you have gained 900 subscribers on YouTube by creating content that is interesting to you to create, and you have no followers on another platform, why would you switch? What do you think you're going to get out of it? Now, I'm not saying you couldn't get anything out of it, but you better goddamn know. He'll kill you, and then he'll go to work on you, as they say in Ocean's 11. This is not a thing that you should take lightly. This is not a thing that you should just decide to do on a whim. Or, I mean, if you're just like a casual content creator, you can do whatever you want. I don't care. But don't think that you're going to switch and be successful just because there are people on another platform who are successful. That is not how this shit works. Now, it may be completely reasonable that if you think something through and say, the game audience is there, I have friends who are there, I can do more collaborations there, it's going to give me features X, Y, and Z, which I think will be able to allow me to grow, but I do not think in the slightest that this is the case for many of the people who have made decisions on this topic. So recently I was reading a conversation with someone in the YouTube gaming Discord, and he was like, I'm thinking about switching to Twitch. And I'm like, why? And he's like, well, I think I could get more viewers there. And I'm like, why? Why do you think that you could get more viewers there? What is giving you that information? What makes you think that this is the case? What makes you think that Twitch is going to give you more of an audience? Because honestly, Twitch is more heavily saturated. Twitch has lower discovery for small creators. Like YouTube has a discovery algorithm that is outside of just like a directory listing. You know, in Twitch you live and die by the phone book. It's numbers, numbers, numbers combined with other things like the homepage recommendations or featured or whatever else like that. But absent these very limited things, there is no discovery. Absent raids and hosting and other things like that, how is anyone ever going to find you? And this doesn't just apply to Twitch, which of course the one that I think about the most because there's so many people who are like, well, YouTube gaming isn't doing enough, I'm going to go to Twitch, blah, 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 blah. But it also applies to VidMe, right? Like, what is VidMe's discovery mechanism? VidMe's discovery mechanism is they have a team of people who arbitrarily select videos and put them on their front page. There's no recommendations. There's limited suggested videos or other things like that, but they're shitty, they're garbage! How are you going to get discovered? Now, if you have a large enough audience, maybe you can shift your audience, but shifting audiences is hard. It's not impossible. Ice Poseidon did it. He's pulled 15,000 people over to watch his streams on YouTube from Twitch. The fact that he got banned from Twitch certainly has an impact on that, and the fact that his community is a toxic pile of cancer is irrelevant to that total conversation. But like that is the exception. In general, you should expect that you're going to lose 75% of your audience while switching. Now, Beam is a little bit special. Beam is small enough that you can still be discovered on Beam just because there's not a lot of people, right? Like, there's going to be almost no one to compete with, so there's very little saturation. Beam is basically, if you started Twitch today with a completely new directory and, like, all the things that Twitch has already built, what would it look like? And in that sense, maybe that's okay. And certainly there are a small number of people who I've seen move to Beam and be more successful on Beam. Small, but they do exist. I have also seen a bunch of people switch to Beam, realize they weren't getting any viewers there either, and then give up. Or go back, or whatever else like that. And so, like, I think that is absolutely something that you can consider and integrate into your decision making, but do not expect that just because you're switching to a different platform that something is going to go better for you. And I've made this mistake myself. I did this and I was like, you know what, YouTube isn't giving me enough, like, I can't connect to my friends enough, I can't do this, I can't do that, blah, 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 blah. But there is going to be something here, and so I created a Facebook page. There's a Chris Plays Games Facebook page. You can like it, and I post updates there and everything else like that. And I was thinking, like, okay, this will get me in, like, eyeballs from all of my friends. I have, like, 570 friends on Facebook. And I posted my thing on Facebook, and I was thinking, okay, I'll get all this, whatever, anything else like that. So I got, like, 12 likes from my friends. But it turns out that just like YouTube, Facebook doesn't show you every post from all of the pages that you like. Instead, of the 47 people who have liked my page, if I make a post and don't promote it anywhere else or in any other way, I get about 11 to 12 views, or impressions. So unlike YouTube, Facebook actually tells you your number of impressions. You can actually see how many people are seeing your posts, and it's very eye-opening to realize, oh, I am not interesting enough to drive this, stuff. My feeling is that you should consider what you're doing and explain to yourself why another platform is going to be better for you. What are you going to be able to do? What are you going to be able to get? What are you going to be able to get as far as features or anything else like that? Like, that's what is there that you're getting out of the Switch? Restreaming is a thing that a lot of people do. I'm not a fan of it. I can't even keep up with one chat, much less two chats, so that's not really a thing that I would recommend. Like all of these things are decisions you should make. And I don't have a problem with people who thought through things. I don't have a problem with people who, have thought through what features they're going to get or what's different or anything else like that. But what I feel is that there are too many people out there who aren't thinking things through. So that's my piece of advice. Think things through. Explain to yourself in a way that you can explain to others what your elevator pitch is for why a different platform will be better. And if the answer is, I'm going to be able to make more money, maybe, but show me that math. Tell me you've thought about that. I mean, Comcast, what? I'm on T-Mobile, so I don't know. Sorry. All right, I'm done. That was my rant as far as there was. Hello, gamer girl. Yeah, I saw you were back. Okay. Hello. Hello. Hashtag hello when you hear this. That way I will know what things look like. It's a good rant. That's good. Oh yeah, so now it says poor connection. Good job, phone. Glad you got there. You're still not too hot, right? That's like, all right, cool. Now rant about Nintendo. I don't have anything bad to say about Nintendo. Cool. Thank you. Thank you. Like key demographic, millennials. I mean, are they the millennials that can't afford houses because of their avocados? Because I hear that's a thing. Am I okay? Yeah, I'm okay. For the record, Mark, usually the inhaler actually acts as a depressant for me. So I get a little bit shaky and a little bit worn down. But Floops, I don't care about you anymore. I'm done answering your questions. Anyone else can ask questions, but I don't care about him. Anyway, Beano Cookie, how's it going? I don't recognize you, so welcome to the stream. Um, Can't afford a house? Don't buy avocados. Yeah, this is like a news article that went around like whining about millennials. So it's basically I don't remember what, I think it's Australia or something like that. Someone published an article that talked about the fact that like basically overspending on like amenities is what's causing millennials to not be able to buy houses. And they basically like Starbucks and avocados were the like lattes and avocados were the two things they called out. And so that's a thing that someone called out and said like if you just weren't buying like avocados and other shit like that, then you would be able to afford a house. Something along those lines. I saw the article, but I did not dig into it too much. I don't even think they're necessarily conservative. They're just wealthy assholes. Like even liberal wealthy assholes have the same flaw. I'm in the Oregon Trail generation, Mark Lynch. So I know that that's not a real thing, but I'm in this kind of in between state where I'm not quite a millennial, but I'm also definitely not Gen X or I don't think Gen Y ever kind of fully got formed. They just kind of merged everything into millennials. But I'm 33, which means that I am one of the last like cohorts of age group that started growing up without the internet. Um, and so like there's a difference between millennials and people who started at least growing up without the internet, I think. And at least one article talked about that as the Trail generation. So so Chris GCA, I'm sorry you missed the start of the rant. I was talking about how switching platforms can be dumb. I've just watched so many people who don't think these things through. I mean, I've also watched people switch and fail, and I kind of chuckle. I admit that I engage in terrible Schadenfreude, especially against people who I feel have ignored my advice in the past, which doesn't apply to any of the big names that have seen Switch, but some people have like asked me for my opinion, and I tell them my opinion, and they're like, I don't believe you, and then they go and do something else, and I'm like, I do know a fair amount about what I'm talking about, so. I mean, I shouldn't say I hope they fail. No, so what I hope for professionally is that YouTube continues to grow and do well and allow people to do well, right? Like that's what I hope. I don't have. There are very few people who I have enough animosity towards that I want them to fail. But I am scared of people who go and do well because I feel like they present a false narrative because you don't notice the 20 failures, you notice the one success. And so like that's my biggest concern is that I don't want them to fail because I don't like them or because I'm angry at them. I want them to not do overly well because I fear that it sets an invalid precedent. Um, so the responses in the comments to your MLM post on Facebook, Jess, weren't too bad. I don't know if you got like DMs or whatever as well. Wow, like during my rant, I got up to like 30 people watching, and now everyone left again. Um, yeah, we should start paying down more of our house. Such a disaster. It'll never be worth anything, but we should pay it off instead of just paying all this interest all the time. Ah, no principal progress. Yeah. I did get 27 thumbs though. I have a thumb. I don't. Where's the camera on this? Like, the camera's over here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, Mike Yell the gamer. That's exactly the thing, right? Like, so many people, so many of these complaints come from people who had it much easy. Like, it's not that they had it easy, but that they don't realize how hard it is. You can't get jobs that like pay. I mean, I can't. I have, luckily, right? Like, I stumbled into a job, but yeah, I know, I know. It's just so frustrating when you get to the end of the month and it's like, or end of the whatever, and it's like you have made no progress on your principal. um, yeah, yeah. All right. So what? We're 11, 12. Man, my phone battery just will not charge anymore, which is fine actually. If it continued charging, it would overheat. So this is good. This is good. Overall, I think that it would be difficult to mobile stream with like more people chatting than this. It would be interesting to see that at some point, but I did talk about that, Jess. Yes. I lost my glasses. Stop breaking things. I'm not breaking anything at the moment. At the moment, I'm showing off my new glasses. I got a hat. Jose paid me $2 via super chat. Oh right, we were talking about the super chat article, and I have not gotten. Yeah, so what are the actual complaints in the super chat article? One, it will cause people to do things they wouldn't otherwise do in a degradation of dignity. Um, like, I guess, but like that's gonna like super chat doesn't make that much more likely, in my opinion. It's not like these things don't exist. Integrating it directly into the UI feels like it's more of a reward for the viewer than it is for the creator. Oh yeah, you're not a mod. Sorry. You'll have to hit up just somewhere else. Um, like they were like, oh, you'll be able to send messages that are just ASCII dicks. No computer could ever stop that, which is like total bullshit. Of course, a computer could stop that. Like that's not a thing. Um, I mean, Jose, dragging adult entertainers to make a point is like a time honored tradition among pretty much everybody, much less like the Verge journalists, right? Like it's punching down, but it's well supported punching down. So I'm not even surprised by that. Wow, there's like a giant mosquito bug here. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to see it. Where'd it go? It was like a giant ass bug, but I think it went away. Oh well. There's so many bugs out here. Uh, Well, so I think that the reality is like is and the reality is that like I will degrade myself for free. The fact that people give me money for it as well is completely irrelevant. Um, it's just it just speaks to a so I think the reality is that a lot of these responses are coming directly from a space where someone has only experienced YouTube live chat in a context where it is not a single community. YouTube live chat, when you have 25,000 people who aren't part of a community, like the Google I/O stream had chat off, and people like made fun of this on Twitter, like they're announcing a chat product in a stream that has chat off. But the reality is that like chat works well when you have a community um, that that like is um, all coherent, right? Coherent communities are 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 where you get good chat. And so the people who are here, for the most part, um, are people who are like part of this community and hang out. And like anytime I use like a Donald Trump, like title or thumbnail or anything else like that, we get people who aren't part of that community, and that's where we see the other stuff, right? Okay, here I got the giant bug. He's right there. Oh, where'd he go? I lost him again. I don't know if you saw that at all, but oh, there he is. There we go. Okay. Um, and so yeah. Uh, so a good chat is one where the participants are have a shared understanding of what's going on and aren't attempting to attack and abuse each other. And so those are the things that I think really work well. Uh, and when people's typical experience with chat is to experience it as a environment that is not a shared community. Yay! Look, $2. Yay! I can't do anything. Do I make money on YouTube? I have made last year I made enough to buy a $1,400 computer, $350 worth of games, pay for server bills for live stream alerts, and report a $70 profit on my taxes. So I break even basically on all the things that I do for YouTube as far as like actual costs. Now, obviously, if I was to look at this year again, I would have lower costs because I already have the computer, and because I can sit here and just talk to you guys on my phone instead and make $6 already tonight. So thank you very much, Jose and Leif, hashtag Leif as well, for the super chat. So you don't have to like I don't think that you have to agree, but you have to have a shared community and understanding. And whenever you cross those boundaries, whenever you cross the streams from communities that know two different communities that know each other and are different, then you end up being in a then you end up being in a situation where that's where things turn into ASCII dicks. That's where things turn into insults, and everything else like that. Yes, I saw Unreal Focus. I like the new name better. Fox should pay you something for a certain episode of Family Guy. Hawk versus Drone, yeah. Uh, so I. Sorry, I'm having trouble following some of what's going on. But I'm trying. So I think that to me, that's where a lot of these experiences come from, is that people who aren't like routinely participating in the community of live streamers are not going to be participating in the community of live chatters. They're not going to be participating in all of these things, and as a result, they're not going to know how it works. And it's really hard to like bake someone into that. And you can see there was kind of like a line drawn between people who had been in a Twitch chat where money had been given, or even participated in websites where this is done for sex work or anything else like that, and people who didn't. Like, that was a very obvious difference in the comments and other things like that. And I think that's where that comes down to. And so I think that the Verge article was just so silly, because you're talking about someone who isn't in this community, who's criticizing the behavior of the community, thinking that he knows what the behavior of the community will be based on some like other aspect. And so like like that's, I understand how you get there, and I think it basically comes down to, I feel like I have enough understanding of how it go, like what goes down in these situations to comment on it, and he's just wrong. Like, he just has no experience with those types of communities. So I like the dumb spamming, degrading when we're making fun of trolls in the community. Okay. I'm getting kind of chilly, actually. So what time is it now? It is 11:30. I'm gonna do this for 15 more minutes, and then I've gotta like go in because my hands are actually getting cold. So, um, yeah. Thank you for hanging out all night, gaming lawyer. Hi. How is it? How are you? How is the thing? Um, So I think chat being just memes. Yes, I'm at my winter retreat. It's not actually that winter, but like it was 90 degrees earlier today, and it's supposed to be 40 degrees tonight because it's fucking stuff. Um, anyway, hello, gaming lawyer. I would play a video for you, but I don't have. I'm on my phone. Like I'm live streaming from my phone, so I don't have. I can do this. Here, we'll do the gaming lawyer look. I don't know what the gaming lawyer look is gonna be. Gaming lawyer dance party. So we'll do this. Dance party, talons of justice, El Halcon de la Ley. Uh, Brian Wilson, someone just called me. There we go. All right, that's what we can do when we're on mobile streaming. So, YouTube app. YTG app will let you stream the screen but not the camera. So this is the YouTube app. I am streaming from it because I have more than 100 subs. Doo-doo-doo. I have consumed none of it. That is true. Do we have booze in the house? I didn't know. I was somewhat degrading that, but I didn't do it for money. Like, the fact that I degrade myself for the purpose of degrading myself has nothing to do with that. Like, that's the thing, right? Like, that's the complaint that I have, is that he's taking this like imagined world of the thing. Oh no. Well, then you should update your YouTube app. Um, I don't know. I see. Well, I don't want to take any of your small stash. I fell asleep during movie night, and then it was tomorrow. But yes, gaming lawyer, another streamer. And in fact, most of the people in the chat are streamers. Jose streams, Brad streams. I don't have a small stash. I have like no stash at the moment. Like here, extreme close up. Whoa, whoa! I love this. See? Oh, okay. I don't. You know me. I'm a beer drinking man. Maybe some vodka, but that's right. Painstakingly played streamed recently. She streamed Papers, Please. You should deliberately creative. I want to see some Stephanie art. Get some Bacardi in your blood. I don't think that's a good idea. Then I'd be like, thingy. You should stream Airbending Eagle. Where's the next Tosh? Tosh 2.0? Because he's a dick. Yeah, Julie tried to play Papers, Please. She was not super good at it. Do a stream. Oh, get one of them Ryzen things. Ooh, that's nice. That's nice. Yeah, I need like gloves or something. I don't know. My hands are getting chilly. Don't get me gloves. It's fine. Do I have any thoughts on terraforming Mars? I think terraforming Mars would be much easier than terraforming the moon. And my hope is that within 50 years we need to be on Mars. Within 500 years, we need to have like that be a serious second home for humans. It's not an option for us to continue to be a one person planet, one planet race. We need to spread out. I don't know if we're going to in my lifetime see travel to the stars, but I don't think that we can stay just on Earth. I'm not sure that like 500 years feels entirely too long. Like I would say like 50-year time frame we need to be no fidget spinners are the devil and should not exist. Within 50 years we need to be like seriously like commercializing and establishing space stuff. Do I think they should make an amusement park on Mars? I mean, I think that will come as a side effect of other things that happen on Mars, but I don't think it should be an early priority. Um, I would say that you had it at some point in the past up until today, Leif, if I were to guess. I live on Neptune. It's nice in the summer. I think that Neptune is probably not super nice even in the summer for me. Um, Disney Mars should be a priority. I don't agree that Disney Mars should be a priority. I did not see your annoyed tweet about fidget spinners. No, I just the problem that I have with fidget spinners, as I mentioned earlier, is basically like fidget spinners came out of nowhere, and I hate trends. I hate trending. I hate everything. So like now all the spam is fidget spinner spam and everything else like that. Like it's so frustrating. American Truck Simulator. I remember when Gaming Lawyers streamed some American Truck Simulator. That was earlier this week, I feel like. It was Monday. I took Monday off, right? Yeah. 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 Wow, I have 29 thumbs, but only 21 people are watching. Do some people have two thumbs? So here's the thing. I have two thumbs. There's a thumb here and a thumb here. Those are different thumbs. I can probably even put them on the screen at the same time if I'm really careful. Ugh, I have two thumbs. Why can I not thumbs up a YouTube video twice? I don't get it. Like I should not get a fidget spinner. I should not. That is incorrect. Um they're terrible. Sunless, how's it going? My wife has a fidget. I'm okay with the fidget cubes. I only don't like fidget spinners because of their recent popularity. I don't know where they came from. I never heard of them before about 2 weeks ago, and they were full of like spam. Like all the spam videos have them. I hate whatever the spam videos have. I hated sub count videos when that was the thing. I hate PS4 game codes. I hate like all of these things. I want like everyone should get fidget beanies. If everyone just we replace fidget spinners with beanie hats that say fidget on them. That's what we should do. Um, oh look, my thumbs went up. I guess somebody got extra thumbs. Really? Oh man, these things, none of these things. I don't know. Um, Trucker sucker. American truck voyeur. Now I'm confused. I've lost the trail. I have pretty long thumbs. I don't know. Oh, have you ever seen my weird toe? I have a weird toe. It's like broken. Like if I do this, it goes this way, right? Oh wait, that's the wrong foot. So these toes are normal. They're all straight. Uh, uh, right? So these are straight toes. Straight toes. But like my second toe here is kind of crooked, and I can actually take it and make it like more crooked. So like this is like a weird toe, and I don't know why. Um, Sorry, that probably just got weird because things are weird. But look, I can do things. I don't know. Like having a camera I move around and live stream from is weird. Yeah, isn't that? It's weird. Get my screenshots ready. That's right. Super pixelated. Lick the weird toe. I don't know if I can lick the weird toe. Yep. Um, my toes can throw up gang signs. Probably not. I think I can do blood though. Is that a thing I can do? My hands are kind of cold. BLOOD. Nope, that's really bad. There we go. Just tastes like a toe. There's nothing special. Wait for it to end so you can go sleep in the hammock. Yeah, so I think that rain is coming this way. So this is one of the things that I'm not sure about this weekend with like anything else like that is I'm not sure whether the rain is going to hold off. So I spent all of it on drugs. I have spent none of your money on drugs. I licked my toe. That is not spending money on drugs. So yeah, maybe I won't be able to stream from the drone this weekend because it is raining. I know that, like it has gone from 90 degrees to like 42 right now. So the fact that, oh yeah, well I bought that for free. Hello, Mr. Mulligan. Do I think the crabs in the bottom of the ocean actually think fishes are flying? No, I do not. I don't think they know what flying is. Where am I at? I'm at my father-in-law's house in New Hampshire tonight. So we're we do every month. We come up here and take one weekend to take care of my father-in-law. Ever since his wife died, and so that we're on our monthly retreat. And I'm on the back porch, so this is the Nashua River behind me. And yeah, but yeah. So if the weather stays decent, I may fly the drone. I may live stream from the drone. I may mobile live stream from my phone of me flying the drone. I'm not sure all the things that I might do, so I need to look into a little bit more of the software because I haven't actually seen how it works for live streaming. But yeah, I'm in Nashua. I mean, I just said Nashua River, so I mean that's kind of a big clue. I didn't know you lived in New Hampshire. You should just come down and live on a couch rather than with your crazy family. That's not a full offer. I'd have to talk about that with Mrs. CPG. Yeah. Ah, see, I know that I'm a super huge narcissist, but man, like, I very rarely just, like, get, like, a camera staring at me, and I'm just like, oh man, I'm cute. Like, check out that smile. Ooh, ah, yeah. How is my father-in-law? He's doing okay. He was chatty earlier tonight. We were talking about the show he's watching called Shetland, and we were talking about the drone. He's been a pilot for forever. Oh, you're up near Laconia. Ah. I had actually a friend who grew up on Blueberry Lane in Laconia. Um, I should do duck lips. I don't know what duck lips are. I have fish lips. Are fish lips like duck lips? I think the way to look hotter is actually you have to go like this, right? Like now I look way hotter. You can tell. Like like this? I think maybe like this. No, that this seems better. There we go. Am I a redneck? I'm not. I have rednecks in my family. So oh, Nana's here this weekend. That's right. So my on my mom's side, we've got people who I think would self-describe as rednecks living up here, living in Hudson, and so they run a farm near here that does like uh, small like most like small roadside stand farms. So like corn and pumpkins and other things like that. Oh, you got to get the butt in. Okay. Um, so I kind of am right on the verge there where my dad was my parents were the first in their family to go to college. My dad's parents immigrated from Germany. My mom's parents were recruiters for the military. I do have a Switch, yeah. Um, and so if I hide user from channel, does that block them from the live stream chat? No. Is hide user from channel the option in the wherever? Um, oh, there's someone else from New Hampshire too. I feel like, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Yeah, I'm set. Like Pinball Wizard, I think was in New Hampshire and just recently closed. The New Hampshire also has out near you actually has the world's largest retro gaming arcade. No, the world's largest. What do they call it? There's the classical arcade museum at Fun World, Funland, Fun Spot, Fun World, the one near Laconia. It's Fun Spot. So Fun Spot has like a huge collection of retro games that they maintain. Most floor space. That's what it is. So Galloping Ghost is famous because they have, I think, more machines than any place else. But Fun Spot has more floor space than any place else. And that's yeah. Um, ah. So there's not much like pinball is. So it used to be that there was actually a place in New Hampshire in Salem somewhere called Pinball Wizard, and they were famous for having more pinball tables than anybody. So there's Fun Spot, Pinball Wizard, and Fun Spot and Pinball Wizard were both in New Hampshire, but I guess Pinball Wizard just closed, which really sucks. Revenge of the Phantom of the Opera. I don't know that I love that. Um, so I'm a big pinball fan. I actually own the Pinball Arcade. I've spent like $100 or something like that on the Pinball Arcade tables on Android. I lost my when I replaced my phone. The tables didn't copy over, and I haven't been willing to pay for all of them again. But yeah, so I'm a big fan of pinball, and Pinball Wizard in New Hampshire was an awesome place. They just had so many different games. So I think it's closed already. If not, it's closing soon. I should look into that. Revenge of the Phantom of the Opera is not a Star Wars movie, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so the hide from your channel, I think, hides the comments. If you want to block him from live chat, you have to go to his channel and then click on the flag icon on the About page, which you can get to by adding /about to the page, and click block user. The Phantom of the Opera is there inside my mind. I've never seen The Phantom of the Opera. A long, long time ago, I can still remember Naboo was under an attack. And I had thought me and Qui-Gon Jinn could talk the Federation into maybe cutting them a little slack. But their response, it didn't thrill us. They locked the doors and tried to kill us. But we escaped from that gas. We met Jar Jar and Boss Nass. We took a Gundam from the stream, and we went to see the Queen. We all wound up on Tatooine. That's where we found this boy. Oh my, Mr. Anakin guy. Maybe Vader someday later, now he's just a small fry. He left his home and kissed his mommy goodbye, singing, soon I'm gonna be a Jedi. Soon I'm gonna be a Jedi. Did you know this junkyard slave isn't even old enough to shave? He can use the Force, they say. Well, did you see him hitting on the Queen when he's just 9 and she's 14 and he's probably gonna marry her someday? Oh, I know that she's in love with him. Wait, nope, wrong thing. I forgot. That's it. I'm done. What are KFC napkins? Hello, Emma's a zombie! Were you convinced to be a zombie by the white walk? I don't know. I'm done. I know he built C-3PO, and I've heard of how fast his pod can go. But then we get into the bits that I don't know. Yeah. A plus for effort. Ah, now we'll go back to the sexy pose. I don't... See, like, people are like, oh, yeah, like, being sexy is just so, like, you just have to angle the camera. Like, look at this, like, right? Like, okay, I'm angling the camera up, but is it making me sexy? It is not making me sexy. Like, no amount of this is gonna make me sexy. Like, that's a hard job. Making people look sexy is a hard job, and, like, when people post pictures where they look sexy and you're like, oh, you just want the attention, it's like, no, I worked hard on this, goddammit. It's just like when I work on software and I post it on Twitter, I'm like, hey, look, I wrote a blog post. It's too cold, Eric. I would have earlier I wanted to take, like, I was wearing a t-shirt and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so hot. But now it's like, I mean, the hat gives a different kind of sexiness, right? Like, I mean, it certainly hides whatever the fuck this mess is, but it's not really sexy. Like, it just, come on. Like, Photoshop doesn't work. Photoshop's hard too. Like, it's not, like, you know that this is, like, it's easy to make something look easy once you have the end product. But, like, it's not as easy. Yes, geese. They are flying along the river, it sounds like. Honk, 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 honk. That's what the geese say. What does the geese say? Honk, 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 honk. Honk, 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 honk. I know how to play with your genital jousting. Yes, we killed an Archon. Oh, a King Ghoul approaches. I don't think anybody worries about that. I think you're wrong. But that's pretty much my de facto motto status. Woo! All hot and bothered, Alex. Ooh baby, ooh baby. Yeah, we should make like a map of where all the YouTube gaming people are. Like not address. Well, I guess the problem is people don't even want their cities to go, but PayPal you can get cities anyway. So, yeah, I saw. Sorry, Pokecat. I only found out about it after it was already closed. I'm pretty sure. So someone's like, "Yeah, they closed." I'm like, "What?" Like I went like twice. I wanted to go again. I was gonna go soon. But yeah, so I think my grandmother's actually in New Hampshire this weekend. She's usually at my parents' house in Illinois, but she's out here, so I should stop by the farm and say hello. Um, Want to go to fun spot? Well, I'm not gonna. I need to go on a weekend when I'm not taking care of my father-in-law because I can't get up to Laconia when I'm there. But I live in Boston. Like also, you should come down to Boston and do a tour of the Google office. Like make a day trip of it. We've also got a couch you can crash on. I don't. You don't have a car though, right? I don't remember if you've got vehicular transport. What is that? Emojis are dumb. Use your goddamn words. What is that? It's like a blue thing with a banana under it. I don't understand that emoji at all. I want you. Yeah, the auto driving cars would be great. You don't drive. Hello, Dick Butt. How's it going? No, Flups. Um, a Japanese emoji. A wind chime? Oh, okay. Um, I have an open offer for most people to meet me in Boston, except for people I don't like. Got green by accident. Not bad. I'm hanging out. I've been chatting now for like hours, I guess. So, um, 11:52. Yeah, so I've been chatting for like 2.5 hours, excluding the parts where my phone died, which is kind of cool. But I'm like, wow, like, do people actually enjoy me just shitting here, chatting, shitting here, catting? Yes, I'm just shitting here, catting. That is appropriate. I am in New Hampshire. I'm at my father-in-law's house. So I come up here once a month to help take care of him since his wife passed away last year. So that is what I'm doing. I've streamed from here before, but my laptop is not super great for streaming. So I'm on Android. I'm on an Android 5X or Nexus 5X. You like watching me shit here? That's what that's what you don't see in the like sexy angle pose is actually like I'm taking a shit, right? That's the other half of that picture. Um, well, that's good. I'm not liking the bugs, and I'm not liking the fact that my hands are cold, but that's okay. Those are things that we can live with, right? All right, what am I battery lifing at? I'm at 22%. This is crazy sad. I watch his live streams. Okay. What am I using to do my live stream? So, Lumi Games, anyone with more than 100 subscribers can live stream to YouTube directly from the YouTube app on their phone. Um, well, I think Gaming Lawyer in this case was drawing them as the light. So that's where it's coming from. Koala. Oh man, Google's changing the koala and the new Android emoji, and the new one is way less cool than the one on the tree. I'm super sad. They're more like it looks more like the other emojis, but we're gonna be losing the tree, and I'm like, sad, sad. Like koalas live on trees. That's the thing that we have. Like that's what we've got. I keep somehow I don't. I'm terrible at using a selfie stick. I'm like, oh, my face is covered by the thing. I need to put myself more in the middle, but I don't know how to like shift myself in the frame of this camera. Like if I move it over here, it keeps I stay in the same spot when I rotate. I need to like shift like that. But that's not working either. I don't understand how to do this. I don't know how to work like this is such a stupid failure mode. Like if I was I guess like I just have to it's which hand I'm holding it in. Like if I want to be more this way, I know that this looks like a stupid thing, but I'm honestly trying. Like, I want my face to be shifted this way. So if I want my face to be shifted this way, I have to shift my selfie stick this way. But when I do that, I feel like is this better? Now I'm more. I feel like I'm tilting now. I need to tilt this. Like I need to lean. I don't. This is the stupidest shit ever. And I have this problem every time I use a selfie stick. I cannot figure out how to put myself in the middle. Like this is why so when I did the 2 minutes of truth videos, like I would hold it like way out because then it's like, okay, well, exactly where I am doesn't matter so much because whether I'm left or right, it's fine. Like here, I can do that when I'm holding it, I guess. Is this better? Did I fix it? Oh, I did. All right, good. I'm just gonna do that. There we go. Problem solved. My face is in the middle of the video now. Hurrah! I guess really I should follow the rule of thirds, right? So I should move my face like here. Okay, so I think the problem is that when I'm holding the selfie stick against like my leg or something like that, I'm using that as a pivot, and that's what ends up screwing me up. Uh, so many bugs are in my clothes now. No, but I do probably have pine needles. Yeah, so it's a pretty nice deck. And so this was put together by Jess's brother-in-law. I feel like maybe. Um, Did that give me? Okay, yeah. So yeah. So we've got the nice deck out here. It's got stairs that go down here, and then that goes around to the the thing out there. So yeah, and then there's the grill here, and this is the generator in case things go bad because Nelson is on oxygen, and not having power for oxygen is a bad thing. So you were with my deck last week. All right, I'll keep that in mind. The New Zealand accent. I don't know what the New Zealand accent sounds like. Is like, does the Aussie accent and the New Zealand accent have much in common, or are they very different? Wow, there's like, I don't understand, like, how many people there are watching seems to vary based on how much I'm being an idiot. They pronounce their E's as I's. I see. I don't really know which word I pronounced that would do that. Oh, that's like Eminim. Eminim was a word. That was the John Oliver bit recently where Eminim, an Eminim song was stolen by somebody. So got it. Oh, dick. Yes, I'm lying here on the dick. But yes, we can take a tour for as far as my power cable lets me because my phone still isn't very charged. Like last time it said 14% charged, but clearly it wasn't because it died in like seconds. And now it says 22% charged, so I can't charge it. So I can't trust it rather. More vowels. All right, so yeah. So I think that I'm figuring out that I don't know how to use a selfie stick. I think the root cause of the problem here is that I need to change my pivot point, not just pivot it. That's the difference that I have. So when will drones deliver you McDonald's? So my guess is that drone delivery of food is going to be very difficult in highly urban areas. What you're going to see first is definitely much more the like Amazon deliveries where you're looking at like boxes and other stuff like that. Oh, there we go. I have to put it there and then pivot this way. So that's where I think we're gonna go first because you're going to have stuff that can just be like dropped from a height. So I think Google demoed this with like a tether. So they basically would attach the item and then they would they would hover very high up and just drop a tether down like 150 feet and then detach the item like in your driveway or whatever else like that. And I think that's what you're going to see first, which isn't going to really work for food. Um, so that's kind of my feeling. I mean, it's going to work the same way as people who drop off packages on the front step of apartment complexes now, right? So I don't think there are any places that Amazon drone delivery, not meaningful places that Amazon drone deliveries are now. I think there's like a couple of test markets, but nothing serious. But that's where I think we're going to see things come first. I think that one of the issues we're going to have is as the drone like activity market space increases, you're going to have more issues of the shared airspace becoming a real problem. Um, so hello, Prop 420. So yeah, so I think you'll see deliveries from Amazon, like of small objects from Amazon first, especially things that are not breakable. I think that you're going to see things be delivered on tethers before you're going to see anything else. I think that the Amazon view of a quadcopter is really an odd choice. I think that Google demoed with Google Project Wing or whatever, a basically a what's it called, like a VTOL. So you would do like quad to lift, and then it would rotate into a plane flying mode, which gives you way more range because like lift is a good thing to have. Like wings are a good thing to have, much more efficient than other things. And I'm really surprised that more things aren't going that way. So take care, gaming lawyer. Have fun. So the typical like quadcopter drone has like a flight time of about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. My assumption is that like a bigger drone could maybe get a little bit more than that, but not a lot more than that if you're delivering like a up to maybe like a 1 pound delivery. They'd be flying typically in the range between 0 and 400 feet, or 0 and 500 feet, maybe. 500 feet is the official minimum altitude for planes. Um, Helicopters can go lower than that, but minimum altitude for planes is 500 feet unless taking off or landing or in an emergency. And so, like in theory, you've got free airspace below that. And so they'd probably fly in that range and fly about 20 minutes. And my drone can technically fly at 40 miles per hour, I guess. Or, yeah, 40 miles per hour, I think. Now, in reality, you probably wouldn't fly that fast because it uses more power. You would do something more moderate, but you're still talking about being in the range of like 10 miles and able to get back. So like a 10-mile trip that was around would do a thing. Um, yeah, that doesn't. That's okay. Um, so I think that you're looking at that. The types of deliveries you're going to see it for is going to be for the prime. No, it's not really. So this is why I think that the Google thing is really more interesting because Google is doing plane, right? So it has rotors, and the rotors basically like take off like this, and then the plane rotates and then flies like this after that. And I think that that's really a much more like interesting look because it's going to get you the ability to hold on, sorry, I've got to rethink for a second. Oh, you'll get way more distance out of those. Yeah, my hands are still cold. So you can get way more distance with planes because while it's in its flat mode, it's using almost no power by comparison. And so like that's the way that Google went, and I think that that is going to be targeted more at rural stuff. And rural is also better because you have a way bigger delivery area, right? So like dense urban areas, like where the hell are you going to drop off a package in front of my house? I've flown my drone there, and I fly it very carefully because I've got trees and phone lines and power lines and everything else like that. Like there's almost no clearance that you can pull anything down, even if you've got a human controlling it, much less automation. So the only thing that you might be able to do would be to like put it over the back patio and like drop a line straight down from there, and that would work. But nothing else is really safe. Whereas if you talk about here, like in Nashua, right? Like the driveway is huge, the lawn's huge. Like you've got tons of spaces that you can put something in. And I'm really surprised that they're targeting these kind of like. On the other hand, like drone ranges aren't very far. So like to fly across Nashua and back is something you can't really do. I think technically the Mavic claims, you can fly 8 miles away and then back, and that would be like a full battery of that. And I think that that's a silly like metric, but I do think that that's what you're looking at. Um, so yeah, so rural stuff. I think Google's the Project Wing initial demos seem more promising for, and Google was also testing in like the Australian outback, which I think again speaks to their interest in more rural targeted deliveries. And I think that you're going to see it, and urban areas. It's weird to me. I don't know how that's going to work. Um, so teleportation is efficient, but unfortunately, there's already a person who has patented the quantum wave method of teleportation, and so like if you've got that patent there, you've got an issue that you're going to have to license that patent. And given that the guy who wrote it seems like he's a total nut job who believes that he teleported 150 feet basically by thinking it, making it so, I think that licensing that patent might be a bit difficult. So. Um, if people have not seen the Blade Runner 2049 like sound like trailer sound aligned with the Google Home advertisement, Google Home Blade Runner 2049, like all of the major rebloggers put it up. It's pretty good. Um, does he have a patent on a perpetual motion machine? I didn't know that. That's terrific. That guy, having read the like that patent, my feeling is, oh my god, you are crazy. Like I can't tell if you are trolling the patent system or if life has just trolled you and you think you're being legitimate. Like neither of these make sense to me. But wow, just wow. Um, yeah. I mean, I feel like teleportation. We've got a way to go on that. Yeah, given that if he has two of them, that kind of sends that message as well. Can solar energy maybe be the solution for future generations? I believe that um, solar energy is uh, likely to be a major source of energy. I mean, obviously, once we move into space, like space-based solar energy is like the default way to go. I'm really sad that nuclear is not more of a thing. Um, like tidal, maybe, but solar is obvious. Wind is obvious. But yeah, so my daughter's college, Hampshire College, is actually attempting to do a full, like their entire campus to be powered by solar. And so she is like their goal is to provide, like they're building solar panels in like not trading credits, not anything else like that. And so the um, their goal is to basically say like if we can do it, anybody can do this. We actually talked about this shortly after she started at Hampshire, and Mark actually went and read through their page and we talked about it. So I was like, it feels like this is a stupid place to build a bunch of solar panels, and the answer is like, yes, we know it's kind of stupid, but look, we can still do it. And so like solar is like a very good thing, and I think that one of the big questions is really going to be about how we do, like whether we continue to allow net metering to be a thing for solar. There's a lot of pushback on that at the moment, and how we kind of deal with charging for solar. You want to motivate rooftop solar, but because of how these distribution systems work, net metering, which is basically you get charged for the net of what you use and what you generate, and possibly even the power company owes you money, is a thing that is a thing that is a problem because the way that power companies like buy power, like when they buy power from power plants, they buy it at much lower rates and then charge you more as a consumer. And as a consumer doing net metering, you're basically acting like a power plant but getting paid the consumer rate. And so I think that that is like 100% a thing that we have to figure out how we're going to do this before we can, before, how we're going to handle this before we can figure out what solar power is going to look like in the rooftop world. And I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but my feeling is that, like, have you really been far even as decided to use even do what to do look more like? I don't, there's words there, and I understand what they mean individually, but I have no idea what Annie just said. Um, and so figuring out a way to incentivize solar installation while not causing the costs of the distribution network to be assigned only to people who are not doing power generation is a real problem. In effect, there's at least some extent um, to in which solar power is the good thing, but by having people who can afford and have solar panels to install on their roof and everything else like that, you're distributing the cost of distribution onto like lower income people who don't have roof space, who don't have the ability to invest, who don't have these other things in order to make that happen. And there's a lot of smart people who are thinking about this, at MIT and other places like that, to talk about the differences of net metering and everything else like that. But it's not there is no good, solid answer that's very obvious to everyone at this point, and I think fixing that is going to be a crucial component in succeeding in replacing or improving, individual power generation. Um, all right, it was perfectly clear. Have you really been far? Have you have you really been far, even as decided to use even go want to do look more like? I yep, still don't get it. Um, So this was on the 99% Invisible podcast just a little bit ago, and the it was actually done. It was a piece from NHPR, New Hampshire Public Radio, did a piece on this net metering story on another podcast that I don't remember at the moment that I'm working on listening to. So yeah, take care, Dick Butt. Thanks for stopping by. It's good to see you. Bye. Or sorry, Deek Deek Boot. No, that's I'm gonna skip my trying to make an accent happen. Never mind. Um, yeah. Certainly, the oil interests provide a major thing here, but the reality is that at this point, solar has become cost effective, and whenever something becomes sufficiently cost effective, it's going to take on a life of its own, which is great. We got to that point past the oil industry and everything else like that, and now people are just making money on it. In fact, in the last couple of years, this is why like solar rooftop solar installations like went up between 2011 and 2016 like 16x, which is ridiculous. Take care, Pokecat. Have a good night. Yeah, my ass is fine. My hands are a little bit chilly, but I'm running out of energy anyway. So, um, hydroelectric is good, but it has there are a lot of environmental impacts from that. So I think solar is going to be able to be as effective as it's going to be. I don't know if PV solar is going to be the answer to life, the universe, and everything on power generation, and that's a real question that I don't know. I mean, Hampshire is sticking their bet on yes, and I don't know what I don't have a good bet there. So like there's anything good about hydroelectric, really? I mean, that's how we get a ton of our renewable energy, right? Like that's where a lot like Google data centers and everything else like that, we target to be largely renewable, and we get a ton of that from dams. I mean, whether it would be nice to replace that or not, I certainly you don't. I mean, I guess the question is, yes, hydro sucks relative to solar, but like, or maybe doesn't, because solar has all the chemicals and everything else that goes into it. But like, the compared to like oil, is that worse? Oh, we killed the king ghoul. Yeah, I don't know. Like, as far as existing generation goes, hydro is certainly by far the largest chunk of renewables today. It is a huge chunk, and of course it has the property that, unlike solar and wind, it's not variable. Like, it's always there until something goes wrong, and you have a dam leak or whatever else like that. So I'm not sure best is solar. The problem with solar is that building PV solar panels requires a ton of like heavy metals and other things like that that are also kind of environmentally damaging in their creation. But that's a trade-off that I don't fully understand, and I don't know anything else like that. Superman versus Hulk. I think that the creators of Superman versus Hulk say that in the Bruce Banner form of the Hulk, if it was a straight out like punch each other to death fight, the Hulk would win. But in reality, Superman would likely win because he has the ability to diffuse the situation, which the Hulk does not. Um, so my day was okay. This stream was great, but I am actually running out of energy, and I don't mean my battery power. I mean it's 12:15. I've been doing this for 3 hours, and it's time for me to go to bed. So, this has been a lovely stream. Is I can't do links. I can't look anything else up while I'm on my phone. So, uh, I I'm the Chris who plays games. This has been your stream of the evening. Things that I would say, I'm going to be streaming again probably this weekend. I'm hopefully going to be streaming again this weekend on my other YouTube channel. The username is CR Schmidt. That's where I'm going to be flying drone stuff. I've been putting up drone videos over there. Check those out, and I'm going to try and put up some more this weekend. I'm also going to be working on live stream alerts. I'm going to be working on all kinds of other stuff like that. So follow me on Twitter, hop on my Discord. You can go to my previous streams, and they'll have links, and so on and so forth. It has been a lovely stream, and maybe I'll do more of these in general. But it's been a lovely stream. It's been a lovely time. I hope you all have a good night, and thank you for being here. And keep an eye out for more drone video on CR Schmidt. And I'll be back on Monday playing Banjo Kazooie again. That's it. Bye bye.